Hello there, I'm Chris Barry, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the commentary for Red Dwarf Series 3.
I'm Craig Charles. I play Dave Lister.
I'm Robert Llewellyn. I play Crichton.
Hello, I'm Hattie Hayridge, reading Holly.
And I'm Danny John Jules. Early for once.
I'm Chris Barry again, and I play Rimmon, by the way.
I wasn't really reading.
Danny plays the cat.
Oh, yeah, you forgot to say, yeah.
And Craig plays the fool.
I play the mouth organ.
Ah, look at that, yeah. Oh, no.
there he is. Goodness me. Oh, dearie me.
Oh, so
Look at that, Chris.
young.
So young and
I'm so
courageous.
young and handsome and lovely.
Oh, dearie
But
me,
of course,
I can't
Dan
do
can
that
still
now.
do it. Yeah, you could, Dan. You can
I
still do
couldn't.
that. Yeah, easy, mate.
80s television effects, look out for them.
There's a raggy special.
Oh, that was good. I remember that, yeah.
What an explosion
That was a good
was.
explosion, yeah.
Someone just
Oh,
throwing
hello.
bits of cardboard at me.
Hair.
Oh, I know he's just done in that bit. Oh,
Never recovered from that.
Just like got over it, didn't you?
never
No.
recovered from
Still
that.
walks funny.
Now, this was a classic scene, though, at the beginning, wasn't it? I
Oh,
remember
that
watching you
writing
do this.
and everything.
Oh, I remember this scene, yeah. Much talked about scene by the fans, actually.
Yeah.
In fact, I was so jealous that I wasn't in this scene.
Well, you, Chris,
I
you
thought
are.
there must be a way to write
Do you guys mind? Can we listen to this, please? Two immensely talented artists
Well, they are.
working here.
It's
But
just
they've seen it.
Yeah, but we haven't seen it for a while.
it's an orgy of timing, isn't it, sir?
People can turn this commentary off, can't they?
Yeah, they
It is
can, yeah.
optional, isn't it? We're
Yeah,
not
they don't have to
recording
have it
over
on.
the show, are we?
no.
I'm just wondering.
Hold on a minute.
We're just talking over Danny's finest
Oh,
hour.
look.
Oh,
Because you got the hairnet on as well, Dan.
Colours.
you're walking all over
You
me,
still
gags,
wear
man.
it.
Danny, you were fully awake for the whole scene in this
Yeah.
one, which was
We're
great.
still lying down though.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Why are we talking about going to bed with Wilma Flintstone?
Punchline on the way.
Yeah, beautiful line.
We're nuts. This is an insane conversation.
Could have improved the timing there a bit, though, couldn't he?
Yeah.
She'll never leave Fred, and we know it.
Yeah, that
Still.
was good.
That was
You,
good.
you can't improve
That
on
was
perfection,
good.
but
That was-
Recovered it for him.
Yeah, you did.
Craig had a bit to do at the end.
Ah, look, a man who's been to a mime class. There we go.
Clipboard and pen, please.
Oh, beautiful.
Master of the freeze.
Wasn't it? Isn't that brilliant?
Master of
There was
the
barely a jolt there. Fantastic.
10:30. Name?
Captain Scarlet.
Didn't we used to call you Captain Emerald in the show?
Yeah.
It's Captain Emerald.
yeah.
I've always wanted to be a driving instructor.
Could you get FM or medium wave on that?
Ah, yeah.
Little aeroline, yeah.
But if you remember, we actually didn't wear that hat that often.
No.
It
was
was
a problem, and it kept breaking, didn't it? That was hard to do. I had to do a lot of mime classes to learn to do that.
Is it all saved in the edit, lad?
Yeah.
So you were acting with the blue screen. That wasn't really
Yeah,
there, was
no, it wasn't really there. So that shows how
Big
the,
blue
the
blanket,
talent
wasn't
that we had then.
It feels as though it is, though.
Yeah.
Feels real.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that.
Oh, you were about to
classic
walk up some steps
Thunderbird.
that weren't
Yeah.
there either.
So this is basically your first episode on the show, Robert, isn't it?
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
We didn't film it first.
No, it
though.
wasn't the first recorded, but the first one out.
How did it feel, though, joining a troupe of highly trained professional comic actors?
Well, it
When
was.
did you
It was
do
a challenge. It was a challenge. That was the show I did before.
Oh, yeah. I thought there was some confusion.
You weren't nervous or anything.
I was very challenged, as you can tell.
We joined together, Robert.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah. I mean,
There we
you
go.
could see
One of
the-
Oh, look at the
You
strings
could
the
not
on
best
see
that.
effects.
You could not see
You
the string.
can see the string on the back of you as well, going up
Oh, yeah.
as you come out of the chair.
That must have been quite painful going up like that, Chris, wasn't it? remember?
No, that's why they asked me to wear the hat, because the aerial might be
I might have
string.
distorted the string.
Haven't I?
Just proceed.
You're going to hold it against me, aren't you? That one mistake.
It's a technical thing, Hattie will explain
Oh.
later.
You mean you were pulled up by your hat?
Well,
The aerial might disguise the fact that there's a wire behind it.
Distract your attention.
thank you, Craig. Succinctly
Thank
put,
you.
as ever.
Oh, there we go. That was classic. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Ow.
Excellent,
Ow.
no, excellent.
Did you drive here today, Robert?
No, I didn't, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Driving Starbug 2. I'm not used to the controls in Starbug.
That was a completely different mask than the masks in later series
was,
as well, wasn't
yeah.
it? A lot less angry, a lot
A
more
mask.
human.
It was a mask.
Yeah, it was all
Oh,
done. It's all
good
done
call.
with rubber.
Yeah, but was that a mask?
Yeah.
It was all done with rubber, sir.
All the sweat used to go down his back, apparently.
Oh, don't, Danny.
Oh, it used to
wasn't
stink.
pleasant. Oh, it used to really reek.
It used to come out your ear, didn't it?
Yeah.
Autopilot engaged.
Oh, I said something.
Oh, there you
look.
go.
Autopilot. It's not really autopilot, is it? It's me. It's Muggins here who has to do it.
So, Hattie, how did you feel about joining team of highly trained professionals.
Yes, in today's territorial army. Oh, yes, well, marvellous, yes.
Good.
Well, we'll move on then.
Yes.
My hair's a bit long there, actually.
Yeah, it's not as green beret as it became, is it?
No,
It's a bit
sticky outy at the back.
Am I hurting you? I should be, laddie. I'm treading on your hair. It's one of those, isn't it? It's outrageous. Look at that. Look at this.
Little flicks and stuff like that.
You can actually store a
orange
pencil
swirly
in the
thing.
wave at the back there.
Was that a swirly thing or a wibbly wobbly thing? I
It's
couldn't
an
tell.
orange swirly thing.
It was
in
an orange
space.
swirly thing in space. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Sorry, talking over Dan's lines again.
Sorry, yeah.
Well, you know.
Into it.
Actually, that was Peter Ragg's cup of tea stirred very fast, wasn't it? That's a fact. Look at that, brilliant.
Yeah, look, it's a cappuccino.
Excellent.
Here we go.
It kind of looked like we didn't go through it. Sort of went to the side of it.
Here we go.
Teaching them seagulls to
Hyde
fly
Park.
backwards,
Serpentine.
suck ears.
Yeah.
Was it Thorpe Park?
No, Hyde Park. Serpentine.
Was it? No.
No.
Surely.
It was in Manchester, wasn't it?
What's it? Look, there you go, look.
Ah, yeah.
Got no idea where we filmed this.
No, because I wasn't there.
Oh,
That's
no,
not
why?
me.
Oh, yeah, you
It
were
was Manchester.
Certainly seems to
Manchester.
I never went anywhere.
Gravity exactly 1G.
It was in Manchester, apparently.
And was that you?
No, that wasn't me in that last shot.
Available data, I would estimate.
I think it's the regenerated
Oh,
moss
this
side.
is what I had to do for my audition speech this
How
bit.
was it? Oh.
History, dingleberry breath. I mean, can we expect to see Genghis Khan and his barbarian buddies sweeping across the hill? Or a herd of flesh-eating dinosaurs feeding off the bones of Doug McClure?
Oh, well delivered, sir.
Beautiful. Beautiful bit of Doug work there, Dan.
I could give you a
Okay,
precise
Chris, sorry.
Doug
Chris,
McClure, if they don't know who David Coleman is.
They're not going to know Doug McClure.
Doug McClure is, are they?
I've never been to Earth before. I've only seen
Look at that leafy green countryside.
See, yeah, that
That
wasn't
looks
me.
like Chris walking in his back garden, actually.
Nod Knoll.
It's not much difference.
Nod Knoll.
Nod Knoll? Where's Nod Knoll?
Nod Knoll.
It's London. London, 178 miles.
Oh, very bright, very quick.
Very
See,
bright.
Crichton can work that sort of stuff out.
See, I wonder if someone's done a compass thing of 178 miles away from London.
There's a perfectly rational explanation.
I just remember the logistical nightmare it was trying to film this, remember? When
Yeah.
people were walking forwards and we were walking backwards.
And
then-
when you should have a black eye and when you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Whether
we
you've
go.
been punched beforehand.
Oh, look, that's the Piccadilly Hotel, isn't it, in Manchester, where you weren't allowed to stay.
Yeah. Is that because you'd left without...
They moved us
Is that
on.
because you smashed the place
We could
up?
only
There
see
was a vicious rumour about an unpaid bill.
Everything starts with a big bang, right? And the universe starts expanding.
There we go.
I do remember doing that, do you, Chris?
Now you're
Yes.
walking,
for
you're
hours.
walking
We,
backwards as they're
and being
walking
utterly
forwards.
ignored by the crowds. They didn't look at us twice, did they? Nobody kind of gave us
It
a
was
second
very
glance.
bizarre,
Is that
actually.
Ariel hiding strings again?
There's Rob
There's
Grant.
Rob Grant with hair.
God, he looked like one of Oasis there.
There's
did.
Mike Commander.
That was
That's
Mike.
right.
Yeah, Agnew.
Mike.
Mike
Mike.
Agnew,
Agnew,
yeah,
yes.
he's a bit grayer now.
Look.
Now, this girl
What's
here
this
was
girl's
the
name?
singer.
That's Maria Friedman.
Maria Friedman, the one, the way.
Friedman. That's right,
She
yeah.
is.
She's the one who's in All
She's
Those.
starring in
Musicals.
Ragtime
Yeah,
at the
she's on the
moment.
West End ones.
Yeah.
Oh, dearie me.
Oh,
I don't think she really liked...
no, she didn't love doing it, did she?
That's
She was really shaken.
Craig used to
Yeah.
date lots of girls like that, didn't he?
Oh,
Oh, dearie me.
Look at that hair! Look at your hair, Chris!
Bloody hell. Billy Fury.
There's no memory of you doing that at all.
Oh dear.
Now, I wonder who that must represent.
Ronald Reagan. Even he doesn't know who he is now.
Chris, you look like one of those, sort
One of those new
electro
romantics.
bands. Yeah.
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 I don't know why.
Why did you have your hair like that?
Maybe makeup or at tea or something, I don't know.
Look at that. It's amazing. Big star.
What's the year? 3991.
No, it's 1993. I'll switch to reverse mode. 3 brought to life in bank raid. A masked man with a sawn-off shotgun sucked...
Son of shotgun.
yeah.
let that through.
Yeah,
That was bad. They should have redone that.
And he was reading that.
And I was reading
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
See, I can't read. That's my big
You
problem.
can't see.
Blame it on the mask, Bobby.
But I was
Blame it on the mask.
Yeah, but the
Mask.
script was written backwards, guys. You know, give me a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the mouth wasn't stuck properly.
That's right.
You know.
And Michael Ellis.
You still had apple crumble and custard stuck in your mask.
Crime 2 years ago.
What does that say?
Oh, we had good meals there, didn't we?
Off deodorant. Keeps you wet and smelly for up to 24 hours. What are we going to do? This place is totally crazy.
Totally.
Totally crazy. What a totally dreadful accent that man has.
Ever.
Whatever. Oh, Crichton, hello.
This hairstyle. Look,
The hair is a distraction, I have to say.
it's a
You
flock,
can't- you
flock
can't-
of seagulls.
Can't even see your age.
You can't see your age, it looks like an
distracts
N.
from the H a bit, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because the H wasn't
Yeah.
the most
Director
greatest looking thing at the time, was it?
Demotion prospects?
In this first one.
Well, we wore it for the next 4 series, didn't we?
I know. What I mean is, it was stuck on better later on.
Makeup obviously having a bad day.
Yeah.
Makeup and hair obviously didn't get it right, did they? On that day.
So you got the idea to become a novelty act,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So that was Maria Friedman, of course,
Maria
who sung
Friedman.
the theme tune.
Of course she did, didn't she?
Yeah, she sang the theme tune. She stars in
What,
all
all
these
of
West
them?
End shows now, Maria. Yeah, she's starring in Ragtime.
Oh, don't say that. My friend's little girl thinks I sing it.
On the bright side. Get on, buddy.
Actually, chaps, it was generous. She sang the theme tune.
I don't even care about you.
Oh, sorry, take that back there, it wasn't
Yeah,
Maria
no, don't say that then, Chris, because that's
No.
not fair on Gemma.
That was Maria Friedman, who was in the cafe scene,
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
but didn't sing the theme tune.
My leg hairs in a week. I'm a wreck.
And there's Danny,
Now,
looking
Dan,
very
you-
youthful.
He just looked, yeah, but
Yeah.
he still does now.
Oh, I know he does.
He's
but-
more hirsute now, but he's still.
I mean, no,
youthful.
that was my own hair.
I do not need fashion tips from you. Safety belts. Look.
Look at that. I couldn't get away with that nowadays. You can tell I'm driving, can't you?
Yeah, so smooth,
You know,
so in control of it.
in control.
Time hole, that's where they are. We're going in.
We're going in.
Are you crazy? You can't go in there. Why not? Orange with this suit?
Bam. And out. It looks like we just miss it, actually, and just go behind
Yeah,
it,
it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
I don't believe this. According to the Navicom, this is Earth.
If?
It's like the beginning of The Simpsons. Calm down now, calm down. It looks like the beginning. Didn't that look like the beginning of The Simpsons?
Yeah, those clouds. the
That's
same
where they got the
clouds.
idea. And
Yeah.
look, that's a man in the sky. Oh, well, the only thing is, this guy can't
They forgot
act
to
as
put
good
the
as that
ladder
yellow
in.
guy. What am I wearing round my leg?
What's the matter? I don't know. I think
I've got sore ribs.
How many back? It's my eye bruised.
I'm just tweaking a nipple, actually.
Is it?
What's that? It's a Holman device. It'll find their flight recorder.
It's a cheap prop, actually, isn't it, really?
When you tapped it, you could almost smell the plastic.
That was a very handsome shot of you there, though, Craig, looking very
Pensive.
suave. Pensive
We
and
worked
suave.
out where this park is
Oh,
yet.
I hate you doing that.
Yeah, that can't have been a lot.
I had to walk backwards into the bloody lake with like bits of metal and stone in my pockets and submerge
down.
myself underwater. So that when they reverse the film,
You were dry when you came out.
yeah, I'm driving.
That's a very odd walk.
Yeah, dry. That's weird. Let's take a look around. Maybe they left us a clue or something.
Maybe they did. Maybe. Plop, plop, plop.
What's this?
There's a clue.
Man, they must have pinned us to tell us where
What an act. You can
Yeah, they were,
already
weren't
see
they?
what a hysterical
That is an 80s double act, isn't it? On
Yeah.
the comedy circuit.
Yeah, it is,
isn't it? On the comedy circuit. It's Lee Evans down there on the right.
Yeah. Of course, Lee Evans was still at school when we did this. I mean, we have to face these brutal facts.
No. Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm like Sherlock
Hey.
Holmes here.
Yeah.
Danny, that's a hell of a side parting you've got there, boy.
I'm telling you. Well, it was just trying to find new ways to wear the hair.
That's how I got my British Empire side parting. I
That's
saw Danny.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, I've got to have that.
I was going to write in about it, actually.
I'm glad I came with you.
It's the Cossack boots, you know.
I didn't come here looking for trouble. I just came to do the Red Dwarf Shuffle. He's smart.
A little bit of clubland comes to old Red Dwarf there. Maybe all these years on, but a bit of...
That was the original So Solid.
Go, come on. Yes!
I mean, some of the science in this, it just doesn't really work, does it?
Yeah.
Like, how can we speak forwards and drink backwards at the same time?
Yeah.
Get this thing in forward gear. It is in forward gear.
I think there's a license, one has to say.
I think we did take it, sir.
And have you ever been on the back of a bike with, Craig Charles driving? Every time he gets on a bike in the show, I'm on the back.
Right.
Remember the big Harley?
Yeah.
I'm not moving another yard on this thing. I'm getting a pardon in the back of my head. Bikes. You probably have to queue up for a year to get this piece of crap. You probably have to be a government official to get one that goes forwards.
A little bit of politics there.
Yeah.
Before the fall of the Iron Curtain, of course.
Was he a stuntman, this guy? There was a lot of stuntmen in this, wasn't there?
What, this bloke? What, does he need to be a stuntman to stand there like
Yeah,
that?
he has to, it's dangerous.
In a blue anorak?
A budski, palski.
Well, I think once you sort of just agree that there are going to be backwards gags all the way through it, it builds up quite nicely to the culmination.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It builds up to the confrontation in the pub, actually. Doesn't
That's
it?
right. The unrumble, I believe. Yeah.
The great unrumble. Back of bikes,
Some
back of
was filmed
vans. You've been
backwards.
at everywhere, you Danny Jones Jules.
Oh, dear.
Some you went backwards, some was filmed backwards. The whole thing was completely confusing
It was.
for all
We
concerned.
did spend a lot of time standing around going, but if he'd already gone backwards into the van,
Then he'd already have...
he'd already not be there.
Odd choice of van, I thought.
Yeah.
By
That's
almost went
Coke
mad.
American.
Was it?
Was it an American van?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But we were starting to gear up to sort of being popular in America as well. Where maybe we took a lot of American icons, didn't we?
It's
Like-
lucky.
Oh,
Hey.
Mr. Hawksey.
Mr. Tony Hawks with another bouffant hairstyle.
Very nice.
Absolutely.
I saw him doing the Oxford-Cambridge boat race on telly.
Yes, I saw
Did you
that.
see that? Yeah.
Doing what?
Commentating on it, was he?
Yeah, I mean, he was doing an alternative course
All right.
along the
Oh.
Thames. What an act.
Yeah, they were fantastic.
Bloody hell, it's
Fabulous
Arthur
arrest.
Askey.
Variety Club history is
Look,
made.
here he goes.
Welcome to the show. That's a joke.
For our first trick tonight, ladies and gentlemen, my partner Creighton.
Creighton.
Forward.
Oh, you sold that well, Chris.
Money for old rope in that world.
Yeah.
These people is pathetic.
The spoils of the show.
It's a moron convention. Unfortunately, that was the cast.
And what better way to round off a beer, ladies and gentlemen, than by drinking a glass of water, Creighton.
He was living this part, wasn't he?
I tell you, there's ham dripping off of him there. Ham dripping all off of him. There we go. Salad all over the stage. when they
We
left.
could do that.
We should do that. We should tour it, yeah.
Pantomime beckons, chaps.
Bitter, 2 pints.
What was this actress called?
I remember.
Yo, mate,
I knew it.
There's Arthur Smith in the corner.
Yeah.
Brian.
Erskine.
2 pints of Erskine, please.
Can you believe that if you record Airskip and turn it backwards, it says bitter?
I know, isn't it weird? You think
It's
it'd be
lucky
wretched,
that
wouldn't
no
you?
rude words came out backwards through,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
That's right, when Arthur Smith recorded that rant at U2.
Yeah. Now, there he
And
goes.
if you played it backwards, you got all
You
the
can't do that
rude
anymore,
words.
poor old Arthur.
Pauline,
No,
her
he's
name
not drinking,
was.
is he?
No.
Pauline.
Pauline.
Pauline. Yes, you're right, it was. It'll come back.
Pauline Melville.
Pauline Melville.
Yeah.
Would you?
This isn't Bulgaria. Look at that menu, Unem. It's English, but backwards. Everything's backwards.
See, it came to me in the
See,
air.
yeah, you
In
worked
a
it out, didn't you,
flash.
Craig? It's
Oh,
brilliant.
yeah. You don't call me Sherlock for nothing.
When in Rome, do the name or do.
A little bit of spillage go back in there.
What do you mean you don't want to?
Oh, do you remember doing this
Now,
scene?
this,
We
we
could
got in
not
trouble,
stop
didn't
laughing.
we?
We got
we
big
got
trouble.
told off because we were piddling around too much.
We've only been here 3 weeks and we're a big hit.
Remember, everything is backwards.
This speech by you, Chris, was threw me completely. Do you remember?
Actually make a lot more sense.
I remember the days.
Oh, yeah, it just came up in the mirror.
What was that?
You have a funeral.
What was in the mirror?
You're right.
Look.
As each year passes, you get younger and younger until you become a newborn baby. Then you go back inside your mother, who goes back inside her mother, and so on, until eventually we all become one glorious whole.
Remember, you really are one glorious whole. You've totally flipped, man.
We want to stay.
Well delivered, sir.
Very Arnold Schwarzenegger, I thought that was.
It could have been.
Beseeching.
No, there's a line coming out of Chris. I couldn't look at him.
Your gajumbas will suddenly rise back into your body, and the next thing you know, you're singing soprano in the school choir.
And worse than that, in 25 years, I'll be a little sperm swimming around in somebody's testicles. I mean, pardon me, but that's just not how I saw my future.
I'm telling you, things are better this way.
That was the one I got. It's better this way.
War is a wonderful thing here. In 50 years' time, the
Sorry,
Second
folks, that we're just listening to the show, not
Don't you worry.
on it.
It's a long time since
Were
I've
you
seen this.
25?
25, yeah.
Oh.
First heard I was 23.
Poland, disband the Third Reich.
Look at him sitting there like an old lovey.
Isn't
Yes.
he? Like a thesp.
It does, doesn't it?
Well,
That suits you, that look,
That's
Chris.
exactly how he looks now.
That's how he looks at home.
It is, it is.
Crazy. Death, disease, famine. There's none of that here.
That was it.
That was the one.
I love that one.
That was it.
There's none of that here.
My wallet at night point.
Okay, but look at the flip side of the coin. It's not all good. Take someone like, say, St. Francis of Assisi. In this universe, he's the petty-minded little sadist that goes around maiming small animals. Or Santa Claus. What a bastard.
We were allowed to use the
How
B
do
word
you
then.
get away with that one?
Yeah, it was the wild 80s.
Ah, here comes Arthur.
Arthur Smith.
Are they going to show this reversed on the
Oh, I
DVD?
didn't know what it was.
Good old rant here.
You're a pair of old something or others. No, he just made this all up as he came in, didn't
Yeah, no, there's no script for it, was there?
No,
No.
just
he? Man comes in and rants.
That told you.
Then he knocks.
Yeah, he knocks at the end, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What, you've been with us all night?
He says we'll never work the pub circuit again.
And you didn't, did you?
No, never did. No, that was the end of my career, really.
Just the boards now, sir, isn't it?
Yeah.
Theatres.
But Bobby, you had a lot of you were going through the gear changes then, like any good
Yes.
performer should, just to sort of nail
Try
it.
and find it.
in
Try and
its-
find its,
yeah.
the pitch to do it at.
the optimum pitch.
Or
yeah.
something. Yes, I haven't quite found it then, but you know.
If you don't change their minds, head
Well, nor had we in 3 series.
No, Lord, we.
Ah, the quiche eating.
You
scene.
never tire of the old eating
Yeah,
backwards
sharing
games.
a bit of backwards
Even
eating.
studio audience is throwing up at this.
Ah. Oh. Good one, Dan.
Hey.
It's all one-upmanship there, isn't it? Anything you can do? It's going to kick off now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Cover me back.
Yeah.
Stuntman.
He's a
He
sweat
is a
yeah.
stuntman. He was
Yeah.
well out, wasn't he? They were all well out.
I think he's a bit teed off because we've just uneaten his pie.
Unbelievable. We didn't start a fight.
Look, I'm sorry, man. We just
Now that's when we realised you had to have had a black
sucked it
eye
off my face with his fist.
all the time.
Now he's just uncracked me ribs.
Don't want any trouble.
All this mess, all this debris. This
Debris?
Is from a fight we got back.
Debris.
This is from a fight we're about to have.
About to have. I don't want to be involved in a barroom brawl.
It's not a barroom brawl. It's a barroom tidy. Unrumble.
Madness. Madness.
Crazy stuff.
I'm punching you. That was brilliant, wasn't it? God, it took hours to do this, though, didn't
Oh,
Where are you going, you coward?
I've just worked out what happens to me back.
Oh, wow, yeah, I
oh, do you
remember
remember
this,
going through
yeah.
that? That was a few times from what I remember. Oh, does his all
All his own
stunts.
stunts.
Yes, I was trying to say. Yeah.
It's like Jackie Chan.
Oh, and he gets a tooth put in.
That guy really showed that tooth, didn't he? I've got a tooth missing.
All right, don't upset the bride. It's been a lovely night.
Good one, gentlemen. Thanks for your support.
I've forgotten something.
Oh, this is sick.
Well, what the hell? It's for a good cause.
Oh.
God, I wonder if that taxi's still going.
Why, yeah.
They reversed the picture on this, so the what's his name?
So you
Taxi, the license
Yeah.
plate.
Like you can't read it the other way round.
A big gag at the end, I seem to remember.
Yes, I do
Oh,
remember.
God. Ow!
One that's a favourite with most children.
From the low comedy folder.
Yeah.
This gag goes down in the annals of the BBC.
That is the word, yes.
We've got to stop him.
Wrecked him. Nearly killed him. Damn near killed him. No, that's the walk, mate.
Now, that's the walk you were trying for, wasn't it, Robert, before?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Don't ask.
And we didn't.
Yeah, it was a classic episode, wasn't it, Backwards? It's very often referred to. A lot of people love that one.
Yeah. Not one of my favourite, personally.
Is it not?
Not one of mine, no.
I don't think it is for me either, no.
Well,
But it had
Maria
its moments.
Friedman it was.
It was,
Oh,
definitely.
yeah, no, you knew it was. Just so about who was singing, though.
Dave Fox, Mark Allen.
Oh,
Dave Hodge.
Dave Hodge, I remember him.
Tony Smith.
Tone, I remember Tone.
Stella McIntyre.
Stella, yeah.
Stella, yeah. Peter Ragg.
Ed Wooden. Donna.
Christina Hamilton.
Donna, she used to call me Cretin. Oh, no, it wasn't Donna that called me.
Cretin.
Beckham Jones.
I didn't know Christina Hamilton.
John the Pump.
Mel, no longer with us.
Billy Archer.
Yeah. Jacko.
Jacko. Wacko Jacko.
There you go.
Oh, yes.
There are
the three amigos.
famous three. The three amigos.
Three amigos.
A PJP production.
Wow.
Good old Jacko.
I'll tell you what. Well, Chris.
Well, yes, we now come on to Marooned.
Marooned.
One
like
of my
Marooned.
personal
I
favourite
like
episodes.
I like Marooned.
I personally don't like it.
I don't like it either, Dan.
Because
I
I'm
like
not in it.
Marooned.
No, nor me.
And
I thought it was quite a rubbish
I
one.
really, even though I was there morally supporting you, I really.
Well, you were undermining them, really.
I
weren't
really
you, Dan?
hated you
Yeah.
this episode.
We had to film that snow scene
The
in
snow scene
Liverpool
was-
in that warehouse, and it was like the snow was soap flakes.
Yeah.
And my eyes were red raw by the end of it. Really
Oh, it was
bad.
bad, wasn't
Had
it?
really soft hands, though,
Robert's
didn't you?
eyes were glued open, so he
No.
couldn't even close his
Couldn't
eyes.
even blink my eyes. Yeah.
Abandon ship.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
I
was-
started this one.
Yeah, you start this one, huh? This was
Didn't
yours.
realise.
This was your episode, love.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
It was all about you. It was
Oh,
all
was it,
about
love?
you. Yes.
I never realised.
I hated it.
About
Sitting-
honour.
I was
Oh,
sitting in the
nice.
dressing
That's nice
room,
colours.
sitting in the dressing room, watching the monitor, and these two gits getting laughs left, right, and
Oh.
centre.
Who
was,
were
um,
they?
Yeah.
It was, it was a good one to do, actually. I think if we ever
Chris
did a
and
stage
Craig.
play, it'd be a
Chris
great
and
stage
Craig
play.
basking in all that glory, and me sitting in the dressing room.
Well, I think there was a
Oh,
pecking
is this
order.
one
There
about...
was
And we were
definitely-
pecking him,
Like,
baby.
Yeah, maybe we were doing the pecking.
Yeah, that's right. I think you're right.
Look, you can see the smarmy look on his face now. Look, I've got a half an hour episode coming up now.
So it's a smarmy look that says there's lots of bloody good gags and they're going to be in the bag in 20 minutes' time.
That's it.
Oh, there we go.
Ah,
There's the
Look, here
case.
comes Crichton, the
big
skivvy,
case.
just
And
carrying
no,
the glory.
no
in for
Daddy
Craig.
John Jules riding on our coattails, stealing the woofer.
That's right.
Look,
Bit of setup,
look
donkey
at the
work
look
there
in
with
his face. You can
Castlewood
see
chest.
it, can't you? Look at the joy in his face. Look at the two of them smarming
They
over.
love it. They love it.
Your hair had a life of its own then. I didn't
Yes.
realise.
Didn't notice it so much at the time, did we? That his hair was quite that
Oh,
weird.
look at the parting. He's ripped off me parting from that last episode. Look,
To scrimp and scrape by tossing the odd cobble.
look, there you go. The old 1 inch above the ear, rather than below.
Very important.
Yeah. The old Bobby Charlton.
To borrow money off me to buy me a birthday present.
That's going back a bit, Lister. It was only 15 quid.
Right, yeah, 15 quid. And what did I get? A 5 quid book token.
Oh, strange camera, that one.
Yeah, odd shot, wasn't it?
Oh, handheld.
And-
What's that?
what's that
there?
That's weird.
Background, yeah.
Yeah, that's supposed to be CSO'd in
be a
something, but
wordy thing.
there's nothing there.
Oh, no.
Not our responsibility.
I think that was my first line. That was my first line on Red Dwarf ever. Blue midget is loaded. Really
Blue
done.
midget is loaded.
Blue midget is loaded.
Who did Danny come as?
Danny, one of the
Flock of
more
seagulls.
memorable.
Was Flock of Seagulls, wasn't it?
Flock of Seagulls.
Classic 80s band.
And I ran
I
so
think we
far
were in the
away.
same band, actually, Chris.
It's the tie and the collar that get me.
You do look like a pair of new romantics.
You look like
No matter how much we try, it just goes to show you can't get the 80s, the decade, out of what you look like.
yeah.
You know?
we still look like a load of twonks.
Swonk. Back to reality.
I'll navigate Red Dwarf
Blue
through the
midget.
minefield of black holes. If all goes
I liked all those model
desert
shots
blue,
of-
cigarette
But what happens if all doesn't go well?
Well, Red Dwarf and everything in it will be compacted down to the size
Oh, I
of
sound so common, don't I?
You do.
Blimey.
You're not like that in real life,
No,
are you, Hap?
nothing
You're
like it.
Because you're actually washed, but you
also-
kidnapped
Oh,
in the
yeah.
public.
Look
That's
at
right.
that bit of the old plumber's mate there, the old.
How's that gonna look? What's Lieutenant General Baron Jacquino of the 1st Cavalry Division supposed to be doing with meat vindaloo all over his tunic?
It'll make him look more authentic. People think he's
Look at
got
that
this-
chart-looking acting.
Yeah, that's brilliant, that is, Chris.
It's the pensive bit with the hat, you know, with the fingers on the bottom lip.
Toy soldiers, you
It's almost a sense of foreboding that you can sense something might go wrong with this particular mission.
Absolutely.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
God.
There's so many layers in your performance, Chris, you know?
I know.
That's what I admire.
There's so many layers in that, whatever it is, chili, soggy.
That can of cat
They
food.
used to give us some awful
It
food.
looks like he's in Vietnam or something.
Planet Leaf, Miranda, that space bar.
They used to give us some awful food on it, didn't they?
When that fire started up, Rimmer, you were out of that door quicker than
Most
a
of it
whip
was
from
because you
a
hadn't
dynamite.
finished your lunch and you just took it on set, wasn't it?
Yeah, sometimes that was the case.
Drunken set to.
But you started.
Oh, some time in there,
That
so.
was beautiful.
look
Beautiful,
like
beautiful
you-
reaction shot there, Chris, as well. Very nice.
That's not like you've had curlers
I've
in,
learned to
though.
ride the laughs over the years.
Yeah, you've got to ride them, haven't you? You can't stamp on them. You've got to ride
Right
them.
him.
To his face. Right to his face. When he was his 4 biggest mates.
That's the thing with the studio audience, isn't it? You can play them for real.
Well, I could have got hurt.
God, that was a bit high, wasn't it?
Brilliant general, wouldn't you?
And then he went with him, see? He went up with him.
Well,
I love these
Bottles, stick them in your face and say, "Stitch that, Jimmy." Generals are in the nice white tent on the hills.
sipping sods, directing the battle.
Men of honor.
Don't believe it. You make it so romantic.
I'll tell you something. Something I've never told anyone.
Oh, long speech.
Oh, I can see it on the page. Yeah, it was.
It was me nodding
Settle
off
back into your seats.
nodding off into my chicken vindaloo here.
The first time in my whole life, I felt I was home. This palace was where I belonged. Years later, I got friendly with a hypnotherapist.
Years later, I look up there, hopefully remember the next bit.
Yeah.
See, that's
Did you have
me.
it written on the ceiling?
I'm sitting there thinking now, is that girl going to turn up at the hotel tonight?
Yeah.
Did I leave the key under the door?
I'm thinking, is Craig going to turn up at the hotel tonight?
That palace was my home. Because you see, Lister, believe it or not, he told me that in a previous incarnation, I was Alexander the Great's chief eunuch.
Let's see what you did
Boom,
there.
boom.
Was that a
Beautifully
BAFTA
done.
moment
That
where
was.
we kept saying,
I believe you.
He didn't say I was Alexander the Great himself, which is obviously what I wanted to hear. But it explained everything. I'd lived a past life alongside one of the greatest generals in history. No wonder the military's in my blood.
I know it's hard not to commentate over such wonderful
Yeah. Oh, hello?
but we must commentate.
Some of those are just mesmerised, mate.
No, I'm just.
Sucked in by
I've been
You know, during all this sequence here, I was thinking about Danny
Yeah.
Were you?
and Robert.
Were you worrying about us?
Worried
I was
about
worried
us.
about all you guys sitting out
You
there.
know what?
Where are their lines?
doing
Where are
nothing
their
for the
lines?
money.
Is that what
Bob,
you were thinking?
he was thinking, with
I
all this
remember you
dribble, we
saying.
could have given him a couple of gags.
Absolutely.
I remember you saying, couldn't Danny and Robert say some of these?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you another
There's
thing
too
though.
many here
Because
for
you
me,
in, I know you're in the back part of Starbuck, aren't you? Because it looks like it's bigger. No, that all right. Because we all got cramped in the front eventually. There was a lot of room in there then.
Well, look.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Look,
Swirly thing
Yeah,
alert.
that swirly thing, yeah. for those of us who know. Whoop.
Shake, rattling, rolling onto the planet.
Oh, there we go.
Another.
Oh, this is a really good sequence. Crashing into the snow. Beautiful. Look at that. You can't do that with
crashed
CGI.
so many times, though, hasn't it? That it must be made out of that stuff that the little black box recorder's made out of.
Yeah.
Always survives, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It always survives.
Oh, that's chilly,
that
isn't it?
cost.
That cost so much.
Cost so much
to
to
freeze
film
that whole part.
I was freezing when I was.
Look, you
filming
can't
that
do that with CGI. See, that's pure washing powder.
There
That's
we go. Oh,
silica.
no, in the eyes and everything.
Oh, that
Here
was
he
bad.
goes,
that.
look.
With that very heavy-duty wind machine, yeah.
Look at that.
It was, wasn't it? Oh, that had to hurt.
On the face.
You get more ham in a pound with
Yeah,
that.
you
lad.
do.
Oh, dear me.
Look painful.
Oh,
A nice thud against wood.
yeah. That great big wooden iceberg there.
Isn't it? There's someone just the side,
Well,
just the
there's
side of the
somebody
screen there, like that, with
You're on
polystyrene
elastic.
rubbing it between his hands.
That's
Still
an enormous
snowing.
red dwarf badge you've got on there, because I don't remember that either.
It's enormous.
It's like a fan club badge. Craig's got one
That's
on.
a dinner plate.
Days.
Look.
He must be looking for us by now. With a smeg Harvey.
Whipped cream all over himself.
They could be 10 feet away and walk straight past us.
We're gonna die, aren't we?
Gonna die.
Oh, it's got very emotional, this
Half
episode,
a
didn't
bag
it?
of soggy, smoky bacon crisps. A tin of mustard powder. 3 water biscuits. A brown lemon. 2 bottles of vinegar. And a tube of Bonjela gum ointment.
Could have got a laugh at each one.
Yeah.
Bonjela
Found it
gum
in the
ointment,
first
that's
aid
classic.
box. It's
That
that minty flavour. It's quite nice.
It's quite nice if you smear it on your mouth, old Sarima. You can't sit down and eat it.
You may have to.
And that's it, there's nothing else.
Just a pot noodle. Oh, and I found a tin of dog food in the tool cupboard.
Well, it's obvious what gets eaten last then, isn't it? Can't stand pot noodles. We're gonna die, aren't we? Correction, I'm gonna die. I mean, you're a hologram, you're ready, that you don't need food.
Bit of plot there.
Find any
Yes. Just to remind the viewer. That
Yeah,
Right,
you are a
exactly, is
hologram.
Smeg all, just a wasteland.
I've gone from freezing to sweat dripping off me.
That's true. It was very cold. It was so cold you were sweating.
Condensation.
It could be frost on your forehead.
Crisps.
No.
Just one.
You ate less than 16 hours ago.
The raw sprouts, and that was a chewing gum I found stuck under the desk.
Look, you've got to pace yourself.
You can't. The good bit of acting from you, Chris, is you can't hide your sense of enjoyment of my predicament.
Yeah. Is it?
Mayday, Mayday. Wonder why they call it Mayday.
I do remember this. Yeah.
I don't
It's
remember
the
this.
stress court. Wonder why it's Mayday. It's only a bank holiday. Why not Shrove Tuesday or Ascension Sunday?
I think people still wonder about that, to be honest.
I didn't wonder too long. I just knew it was big loud comedy.
French, you doink. Mayday, help me. Mayday.
Is that right?
Everywhere I look reminds me of food. Look at these books. Charles Lamb. Herman Watt. The Complete Works of Francis Bacon. Eric Van Lustbader.
Eric Van Lustbader. What's he got to do with food?
Van. Meat van. Bread van.
Very tenuous link there.
I can't remember where that was going then.
Someone put them here to taunt me. Look at this one. The Caretaker by Harold Pinter.
It's Pinter. Look, stop thinking about food.
Take me mind off it then. Talk to me about something.
Like what?
Anything.
There's a lot of handheld, if I remember, in this one, wasn't there?
5 cameras.
Yeah, you had 5
4
cameras.
handheld cameras.
Don't mention topics.
They're leaning over each other trying to get the shot.
I don't know any stories.
Anything. Tell me how you lost your virginity.
My what?
Talk to me.
How I lost it? Well, it was so long ago, Lister. I was so young and sexually precocious, I'm not sure I can remember.
Oh, dear.
I can remember how they lost their virginity. It's just one of those things. Like everyone can remember where they were the day Cliff Richard was shot.
I've forgotten that line. I've completely forgotten that line. Yeah.
Luckily, it still never happened, so
Yes.
it doesn't have to be
It's funny.
rewritten.
It's one of those
I ended up on stage with him. That was even funnier.
Did you where?
In time. I sang a duet with Cliff.
Oh, you've done time.
I've done time
I
with
thought
Cliff.
you looked a bit shady.
Well, it's changed my career.
I think it would.
And my lifestyle.
Not much to tell, really. I was always a bit of a fish out of water around Woody.
Like the background noise there.
Yeah,
Yeah, the wind.
Just the right amount.
yeah.
Whose wind was it, though?
I think it was all that school cabbage I was forced to eat as a boy. Still, the first time was with this girl I met at cadet school called Sandra. We did it in the back of my brother's car.
I do remember this.
That's
Oh,
great
yeah, I
line.
remember this.
Incredible. Bentley V8 convertible.
Walnut
Total
veneer
Chris
desk.
Barry line, that is.
Walnut
That's not
fur
even
panelling, that was
Rimmer.
it.
That's not Rimmer, that is Chris Barry.
Michelle Fisher.
I've never done it in the back of a bed.
Have you never done it?
God, no. Seats. The seats.
You can't mess them up.
They're very slippery. You can put a blanket down.
Blanket in a bed enough.
How'd you have the nerve? It wasn't in the middle of the Ryder Cup or anything. It was midnight.
How old were you?
Oh, she was so good looking. If she wanted, she could have got a job working behind the perfume counter at Lewis's. That's how gorgeous she was.
How old were you?
She just took all her clothes off and stood there in front of me completely naked. I was so excited I nearly dropped my skateboard.
I knew there was a skateboard reference.
Bored. How old were you?
12.
12? 12 years old? You lost your virginity when you were 12? 12? You can't have been a full member of the golf club.
Of course I wasn't.
You did it on a golf course and you weren't a member?
Of course I wasn't.
You didn't pay any green fees or anything?
It was just a place to go.
I used to play golf. I hate people who abuse the facility. Hope you rake the sand back nicely before you... That would be a hell of a lie to get into, wouldn't it? Competition the next day, your ball lands in Lister's buttock crevice.
This is a brilliant line, this one.
You need more than a niblick to get that one out.
I say I've got a big bump.
Oh, this one.
It's like
Yeah.
two badly parked
Volkswagen.
Yeah.
The only thing I ever lost when I was 12 were my shoes with the compass in the heel and the animal tracks on the sole. Porky Roebuck threw them in the septic tank behind the sports ground. I cried for weeks. I was wearing them.
Oh, the delivery.
Ba-bum, Chris. I mean, you just got them there, haven't you?
She used to be Alexander the Great's chief eunuch.
What are you doing?
On with the plot.
Yes,
Yeah, drive that
What
one
are
on.
you doing?
Got those
You
gags.
got the gags in. Bang, bang,
Get
bang.
the
let's get the plot
This
characterisation
is
out of the
very
way.
character, this
both sitting there, both
episode.
richer
Nice.
men at the moment, sir.
Oh, yes.
At the gag bank.
The National
Meanwhile, there's a
Wolfmitzer
couple of
Bank.
comedy actors out the back. They're going, let me
Let me on, let us in.
Let me on!
Where all we were doing is eating food, I think.
Well,
yeah,
no, I was watching you eat food, Dan. I was
Yeah,
just...
you know,
I used
the
to eat
floor
it in a-
manager called the two Saddos. Robbie and Danny.
I ate a whole tin of biscuits during this one, I think.
And it's true, isn't it? You've gone without food for
Tea time assorted.
Barbarian.
I'm just being in a book.
But it's not just a book.
But Hattie, you learnt your lines, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, they were going to give me auto cue, and I thought, well, I have about 5 lines a week, and surely I can remember them.
Norman used to read us off a screen.
Yeah, he had to have a screen, didn't he, poor
No,
Norman?
but then he started doing them. He started learning them, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, latterly.
He started learning them, yeah. I think it was after sort of, I don't know.
West Side Story, that's based on.
You're about to lose it there.
Yeah.
Not all the way through, no. But I can quote some, though. Oh, God.
Anthony
Classic,
Eat
Chris.
your heart out.
I'll give you this.
Now! That's all I can remember.
What's that from then?
Richard III, you moron. That brilliant now speech he does at the beginning. Now, something, something, something. It's brilliant. Unforgettable.
I'll save it until last. Lolita. Is it okay if I burn Lolita?
Save page 61.
Have you ever looked up page 60? We must have done at the time.
Disgusting.
fantastic work.
Yeah, that's beautiful, isn't it? That's a
Makes
brilliant
you
shot.
freeze just watching
Are
it.
we allowed in yet, Bob?
No,
No,
we're still not there yet.
There's more ham to go then.
It's a long time before I get the snowflakes blown in my eyes.
Sacrilege, burning.
Oh, now this was classic. The amount of times we've been asked, that was dog food, wasn't it, Craig? It really was.
There's so many people have asked this, and that is proper marrowbone jelly on the top, that quivering away. Look at the upstaging acting in
Terrible upstaging acting.
Yeah, I haven't eaten for 6 days. I'm going to eat the dog food.
I'm sure the dog food will be lovely.
Lovely. I mean, this isn't dog food. No. This is a piece of prime fillet steak in blue cheese sauce.
I only had half a tooth, see?
Charcoal broiled.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought that
Craig.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
That was tuna,
Looked
wasn't
a bit gappy.
It looks like tuna, doesn't
It
it?
was tuna.
Yeah, tuna
Was it?
with
Oh, I think I'd rather eat dog food.
Well, now I can see why dogs lick their testicles.
Boom.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Woofter, wasn't it? You used to
Like
say?
all the taste of the food.
Or woofer.
A woofer, it was a
Woofer
woofer.
or woofter?
No, woofer.
Like bass
Woofer.
woofer, man.
It's the last one.
No, Bobby walks like a woofter. That is a woofter.
And remember, it's
Two completely different
I opened the National Wolfminster
The Wolfminster Bank, that's right, yeah.
Yes.
You had to cash your woofs
I
at
used
the
to cash
Wolfminster
them in
Bank.
every week.
Not the trunk, it's Javanese.
Craig was on direct.
The whole
debit.
story, though, the way this is put together, is
Beautiful.
clever,
This is
isn't
a
it?
lovely
About
one.
honour and
Craig, you're only
friendship
saying that
and
because
stuff
you're
like
in it.
that. No,
it was
just like the
brilliant.
whole script, the way it's
Yeah,
written.
if that was me and Robert's show, you'd have been saying, I never liked this show. I never liked
Yeah,
it. Never liked
that
it.
is true.
Never liked it. Never liked this one.
Never felt it worked.
I don't think it works, Bobby. You know, it would have been much better if me and Chris starred in this.
Oh, burning the money, that's good.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, Bobby. They may as well have been burning our contracts. It may as well have been.
There's a slight difference between the Premier League and the First Division.
First division, we got that far. We've done well.
I'm sure
Hovering
Craig's
around the
got
relegation area,
Cuban
isn't it?
heels in this episode, hasn't he?
Bundle in some swanky Islington antique shop, but right here and right now, all the honest nice.
Look at the faces.
Look, you see Craig, he's got that soldier in his hand.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing how he's sort of rubbing it like an Oscar?
Oh, it looks like an Oscar, yeah.
Is that what's he trying to say? A sort of subliminal message to the BAFTA lot.
Yeah.
They never got it.
No.
No.
Your guitar, except my guitar.
We get a tune, don't we?
We get a show.
We get a bit of a performance.
It's made of wood. Yeah, but it's my guitar. I've had it since I was 16. That is an authentic Les Paul copy.
It's not worth anything, it's just a thing, just a possession.
But it's mine.
How is it any different from my soldiers?
That's my lifeline. I need that guitar. I mean, when it gets to me, I mean the loneliness and all that. When it gets on top of me.
Oh, scrape the ham off the
violins
walls.
here.
Scrape the ham off the walls.
bone.
God, dear me. It's a butcher's shop window, isn't it?
Oh, it's more of a T-bone steak.
I'd say it was a quality cut of meat, that was.
Oh, dear.
It's a piece of well-cooked pork we're seeing there.
I hope you get Branston pickle with that.
Quality rump.
Hold on, shower him in salad, Chris.
Don't make me burn it.
Don't make me burn it.
Sotto voce.
Look, watch
Yeah,
this.
here we go.
Look.
Sotto voce.
Sympathy. What did you say?
You've got to. That's how sympathetic you were.
God, dearie me. Chris came along and wrapped him in a bit of lettuce there, look.
I mean, I'm not enjoying this.
No.
Did you give a last little tune on it? Excellent.
It's a tune.
I know what he's going to sing.
Have you seen it before then?
No, I just remember banging my head on the dressing room wall.
What?
Oh!
Taught me this one. It's the first song I ever learned to play.
Just gonna.
Oh, dearie
Live
me.
or die. She's out of my eye.
Oh, dearie me.
Total ham.
A performance within a
Oh,
performance
look.
there.
I'm going out for a while.
That's it.
I'm going for a wander in amongst the soap flakes.
That pencil was really marking
It
that
was making a
Camphor Wood
big
chest as well, wasn't it?
God, that's how long you would have been gone.
Oh, it's really
look at
Camphor
that.
Wood.
You can tell that's solid Camphor Wood, that piece of polystyrene.
Yeah. Ah.
That would have taken about 2 days to do.
Yeah, to model that.
I couldn't half it, you know.
Did it?
Yeah, I remember
that's real wood,
having a bruise on my thigh the next day.
The guitar blazing.
Oh.
You're right, you must have been some time.
I don't know what to say.
There's nothing to say.
You've made a supreme sacrifice, you know that? A supreme sacrifice.
Had to be done.
I've been judging the book by its cover, haven't I? All these years, that's what I've been doing. And when it really comes down to it, you are one heck of a regular guy.
Hey.
I know what that guitar meant to you. It means exactly the same as that.
Yeah, this is piling it on.
Yeah.
This is great.
If that trunk got so much as scratched, I would be devastated. It's not the outward value. To me, that trunk is a link to the past. A link to the father I never managed to square things with.
Is it?
That trunk is the only thing he ever gave me, apart from his disappointment.
Great speech
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
What true value really is. Decency. These are the things that make up real wealth, and from where I'm standing, I'm a pretty rich man.
Oh, God.
Burn the soldiers.
They're not the soldiers as well.
You burned your guitar, I want to make a sacrifice too. Burn the Armée du Nord, cast them to the flames. Lay down their lives for the sake of friendship.
The Armée du Nord.
It's so well written,
Yeah.
though. The boys did a good job, didn't they?
What smell? I can't smell any smell.
Smell it.
You think he's nearly got it here.
Yeah.
I think he's got it.
Your guitar was made of camphor wood. It must have been worth a fortune. Burn the soldiers, burn them right now.
Excellent.
I'm just boggled by your stupidity, actually.
Oh, here we are, Dan. Yeah, look at that.
There you go.
What a roll we got.
There you go.
We were lucky.
Look at that.
Bolting on those comedy props.
Absolutely. Haven't got any lines. Let's see if we can get a laugh out of the
Go
buffs.
there with full equipment.
Do you give an early form of the Rimmer salute here, Chris? I can't remember.
That's series 3 form of salute.
Oh, yeah.
There he goes.
Oh.
Au revoir, mes amis. À bientôt.
Bilingual as well.
Yeah, no. Any language.
isn't it?
Any language you can do.
Well, steady on.
Yeah. Ham in any language. Hey, Dr. Zhivago.
God.
Nice subtle entrance.
There you go. Look at me, look at me.
So where have you been over the last few days?
Oh, we rendezvoused with Holly. Then when you didn't show up after 2 days, I said we should go and look
Joan
for
Collins, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everywhere. 14 moons, 2 planets. I've been so worried, I haven't buffed my shoes for 2 days.
So Holly managed to navigate her way through.
I was glad to hear that laugh.
As it transpired, there weren't any black holes.
When you saw them
See?
on the monitor.
Grit,
Black holes.
if I remember rightly.
I think it was grit, wasn't it? Grit.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
5 specks of grit on the scannerscope. You see, the thing about grit is it's black. And the thing about the scannerscope,
Oh, shut up.
Oh, so rude.
Grit.
Something happened here, Crichton. Something that made him and me closer. I saw a side of Dave Lister that I never, ever knew.
It's just cranking
Yeah.
it up, isn't it?
He's a man. A man of honor.
That's what it was going to be called, wasn't it, Men of Honor?
Yes.
That's right. That was the title.
I've got a
wasn't it?
script of it with Men of Honor written on it.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's a few bob, I bet. Ah. La la la.
How long do you leave it?
How long do you leave that, Chris?
Before it all sinks in. What's that crash helmet in there?
Open the trunk.
It's a space helmet.
Sir, there appears to be a guitar shaped.
Yes. Oh, sir. Oh, sir.
Crichton, get the hacksaw and follow me. Where are we going? We're going to do to Lister what Alexander the Great once did to me.
All ties up at the end.
Excellent. Lovely.
Good story.
Beautifully written.
Feels a lot longer than half an hour as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, so much stuff happening in it.
It's
do you know?
beautifully acted. It has to be said, guys.
Oh,
Hats off.
mate,
No,
mate.
all credit where it's due.
Marvellous performance, Danny.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Danny was
marvellous.
fantastic. You were brilliant.
Livened up at the end
He
with
was
the
a
bloke with the
diva,
pink things came on. And
No one can say grit like Hat can.
Oh, thank
Can you?
you.
You just gave that
If
grit
you'd
out.
said grit,
Huge laugh.
Grit.
It wouldn't have worked.
No.
It's she knew to drop that T.
It's grit. It's grit. Yeah.
Grit.
Grit. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed.
You bloody marvellous, all of you.
So that was our first one. That was
my first one,
yeah, it was me and Robert's first one.
Yeah.
Well, apart from being hilly.
Well, we ease you in quite smoothly. Can I just squeeze out a minute, Christopher?
Of course you can, Doug.
Christophe, sir.
This week's Red Dwarf contains
Yes,
scenes which are
Series 3 continues, folks, and we now make way for Polymorph.
you have been warned.
Now, who did that voiceover for that? Was that?
Wasn't the guy
I don't remember that this morning.
That was
Was that you, Chris? Then you did that really well.
What, just now?
Wasn't it the guy
No,
that
the
did the
deep
denim
No, I don't know
adverts
who
and all
did
that?
that one.
Remember he did denim for men.
Bill,
That's
Mitchell.
right. Bill
Was it
Mitchell.
Bill Mitchell?
Bill
Did he do that?
It
Bill
is, yeah.
Wallace.
Or Bill
Bill
Wallace?
Mitchell, I think.
Bill Wallace.
Bill
Is it?
Wallace. Don't know.
We'll see. We'll watch the credits.
Yeah, we'll look at the credits and we'll remember.
Yeah, that's
In
a
20,
surefire way.
5.5 minutes' time.
And this is Polymorph, isn't it?
Yeah,
The show that launched 1 million T-shirts.
that's right.
Let's get out there and twat it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Chris has give Quiche a chance speech.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
so.
a beautiful speech.
Oh, is this the facilitator?
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Ah, now look at that. That was really floating in space, wasn't it, that thing?
Keisha Chansky.
Do not attempt to open this pod.
Jeanette.
Do not attempt to open this pod. Extremely hostile.
Human psyche.
Psyche.
Seeks out the deranged, the unbalanced, and the emotional.
We could have done that voiceover for nothing.
Was that? I don't know whether that was that Bill Wallace. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
it sounds like you, Bob.
It does
Daddy
sound-
used to do it
No,
in
wasn't me,
rehearsals,
though.
didn't he?
Yeah.
Danny used to do it in rehearsals. Oh, but we dropped it because it wasn't working.
No, it was because Chris said, I'm not working with anyone else who does voiceovers.
That's probably right.
What, better? Who does them better?
Remember,
he
we
said.
used to be in awe of the voiceover master.
Now, I bet there's some sad anorak who knows every bloody thing that appeared in that, you know.
I like the rabbit,
Fluffy
though.
bunny.
You know, and if you do know, go and get a life.
Actually, if you do know,
Actually,
could you write to Craig Charles,
Yeah.
courtesy of the BBC, and he will definitely not answer your mail.
those rabbits had a handler. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yes.
So did Craig.
Well, and there was the snake. We had the snake on this one, didn't we?
And the tarantula. There's a tarantula
right.
in this one. Oh. Oh, I know what else is in this one as well.
Oh, this is the
Oh, you and the
The old
Hoover.
penny, the Hoover, the groin
the
attachment.
famous
Oh, my
underpants,
God.
isn't it?
This
Yeah.
is it. This is the
Look
famous
at him. There it
drinking
goes.
underpants scene.
The groinal socket. Oh,
Hey.
my days.
That was the first appearance of the groin
And
socket,
last,
wasn't
Was,
was
wasn't
it?
it? Yeah.
Do you ever use it again?
Oh, we've used it a lot.
Oh,
He never used it on the show. He used to take it home a lot, though.
yeah, I can say.
Actually, Crichton's a bit more Crichton-esque in this one.
You're starting to get the character, isn't he? Starting to find your
Yep,
feet.
I was
mate.
finding my feet
Getting
by
there.
now.
Getting there.
Starting to
Well,
find your
if
feet.
you give an actor a groinal socket and you can work with it, you've
Yeah,
got something to
exactly.
work with then.
You know,
Finding your feet and your groinal socket.
getting people to look you in the eyes is quite difficult, though, I should imagine.
Sucked up a penny. I better change the old bag there. Yes, oh, just go and get a fresh one.
Searching for the lines
Yeah.
there, Bobby.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, change the old. What do I have to
How
do?
is it
Something-
I
the
get
bag,
off?
the bag. How do I get off? There's an exit line.
It's a way I get out. I can't remember what it is.
Done the penny gag, what next?
Oh, that's the end of it. Oh, I better go.
I'll go and. Ooh,
You've really made an effort here. Where'd you get all this stuff?
Remember this
oh,
stuff
yeah,
now?
all the medical stuff.
The medical unit nicked some gear.
This is a scalpel. I'm supposed to cut my food with a scalpel? Something that's been inside someone's guts?
Good. Series
Yeah.
3, looking good.
Looking good, Dan. You look good.
Looking good. Series 3, boy.
Hey.
Look at that hair. Look
Going
at
back
that
to the
hair.
basic
that.
before.
Look, Elvis has left the building.
And Danny's come into the building.
And I've come in, boy.
By the cat flap.
Refrigeration unit. How many times? It's clean. It's been cleaned. Onion salad. And in the kidney bowls. Next to the colostomy bag, the chili sauce.
Yeah, the Series 3. The makeup was definitely banging on Series 3, boy.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Look at that hair,
That hair is immaculate.
Immaculate.
Yeah.
Could never get that again, though. I was searching for that hairstyle, but it never came
Probably
again.
see the bloke's arm in the back.
Yeah.
That is such a silly gag, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how
It's
I
not like
cook.
a normal Red Dwarf gag, is it? Oh, you can see the guy.
What could you see?
You can see the plates arrive.
One kebab for you. And one kebab for me.
No, you're right. It's not really a Red Dwarf gag, that is it?
No, it's not. It's more of a. It's such a sort of spoofy gag, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a syringe.
It sort of owes its comedy to Russ Abbott. And
Yeah.
It's been washed. It's clean. It's all been sterilised. You want lemon juice or what?
Excuse me.
What about the meal?
This isn't a meal, this is an autopsy.
The starter, man. What about the main course?
Hey, you think I got nothing better to do than hang around watching you serve chicken chassa in a
The
stool
stool bucket.
Charming. I don't know. You pull out all the stops. You make an effort. Try and do something with a little bit of extra
Because it's
class
all
and
been
wit together.
sterilised.
Very cheeky.
Cheeky.
Yeah, so I put my basketball
there.
on my dinner.
Yeah, as you do. You always do, don't you? I'm always doing that. Ah. Oh, this was the blubbery fish line, wasn't it? This is more idiot boards in this scene.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. I just...
Oh, the piscine, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, Crichton, it's all right. Just running a few of the old home movies. That's me there. Those are my brothers, John, Frank, and Howard.
Oh, yes, look, you see me looking down at the lines there. It's terrible.
Oh, dear.
Could not learn this
Three
speech.
musketeers, actually. They always let me be the Queen of Spain. Marvellous. I mean, yes, I was the butt of the occasion.
Original joke.
Nothing sinister.
Ants.
Just the usual boyhood pranks, you know. Apple-pied beds and black-eye telescope. And one time, they even hid a small landmine in my sandpit. Took it from my father's gun cabinet. How were they supposed to know it was going to go off? Marvellous guys.
Oh, and who's that there? An old girlfriend, Mr. Arnold, sir?
Hardly.
Oh, no. Not really your type, I suppose. Silly old trout like that.
She's my mother.
So sorry, sir.
Oh,
Here we go.
Oh, how can I forget it, sir? I compared your mother to a foolish, aged, blubbery fish. I said she was a...
reading away there.
But they weren't there. There was people crawling around my feet with idiot boards. In fact, I actually did know it. That's the irony. It always is the way.
Lucky you didn't need reading glasses as well.
Yeah,
wasn't
I
it?
wouldn't be able to do it now. I'd have to get my specs out.
Yeah.
mollusk.
Well disguised, though, Bob.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad, was it?
No, that's the professional.
Well, I
in
mean,
you,
you know.
Yes.
Very prim, very proper. Some say austere. Some people took her for cold, thought she was aloof. Not a bit of it. Just despised idiots. No time for fools. Tragic, really, otherwise we'd have got on famous.
It's so heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking.
Sir, although now this is very clearly a very private family moment. I've no fish to embarrass you further. I'll let myself trout. Oh, sir,
I don't want you to panic, Aunt, but it does appear there's a very tiny possibility that there may very well, in all likelihood, possibly be a non-human life form on board.
You mean like last time? When you got us all worked up, we went scooting off down to the cargo bay, complete with bazookoids and backpacks, and it turned out to be one of Lister's
Very
socks.
throwaway, flyaway hair on the rim of there, isn't it?
I'm amazed by the hair. Yeah.
What, his hair or my hair?
No, your hair's lovely.
Your hair's just
Thank
It's immaculate.
immaculately
Some
cut.
people think it's a wig, but it's not.
It's not. That's your real hair, isn't it, Hat?
That's my real hair, and it still is, and it was before I started doing this
I
whole
know.
series.
I know. It's so wrong that people think
And it
that's a
will be
wig.
forever.
Probably, yeah.
Delicious,
What
great.
the hell was that? During your meals, sir. Goodness me.
You, sir?
It's beautiful, man. It's like eating molten lava.
God. Oh, here's the...
Here it goes.
Here's the killer kebab.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, it's disgusting. It's so disgusting.
Good work, killer.
I've still never seen a kebab like that, I have to say. Ugh.
Took ages just getting that,
didn't it? Yeah.
that swine to get round my neck.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Here, I can see it. You all right, sir? Smeg, it's gone. What? How could that be? Where could it go?
Oh, there's my underpads then. Oh, I better put these on.
Ah.
Something very, very...
Ah.
Why weren't the underpants put on in the earlier scene?
When?
Well, no, because it was a kebab 2 seconds ago, and it transmogrified itself into a...
Put them underpants.
Oh, this is the longest laughing.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We couldn't hear each other speak, could we?
The thing was, you weren't even kissing me while you were doing it.
I know.
Ah.
Well, I can't say I'm totally shocked.
Look at that.
You'll bonk anything, won't you, Lister?
The boxes, where are they?
I threw them over here.
Sure.
Which snake is this?
This is an
It's not the
wasn't-
original
it
snake,
wasn't-
is it?
yeah, no, there
python.
wasn't-
It's a python.
Yeah, there's the real snake.
Yeah, but like... Oh, see?
No, that's not
that's
the...
realistic. That's realistic.
There you go. Special effects for you.
They freak me out. Totally snakes.
That had a handler as
They are
well.
my
Yeah.
How was the python, Bobby? Is it right?
It was very heavy.
Yeah.
Very, very heavy. It was like having a teenage kid on your shoulders. It was a big thing. Not as big as that.
Ah, no, that was slightly heavier, wasn't it?
Were you scared?
Well, only when the snake handler said, look, it's bitten me all over my arm and it hasn't killed me. She had loads of
Right.
puncture marks in her arm. I went, oh, I see. So, it does bite.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't bite me, so
I
it
thought
wasn't.
pythons squashed you to death.
Well, they do, but they will also give you a little nip.
If they're nasty as well.
Yeah. I can't remember what her name was. She had a name like Betty or Ethel or something, the python. It was kind of odd.
So it was a python, it wasn't a boa constrictor.
Or was it a boa constrictor? I've got no idea.
Oh, I think it was a python.
Please write in with your...
That sort of postcard, please.
Yes.
Please.
I don't think Betty when I see that.
No.
Betty.
It's insane.
Feeds off your negative emotions. Fear, guilt, anger, paranoia, drain.
There's the setup.
Bit of a plot line there from Hattie.
Yeah.
Beautifully
Yeah,
done.
moving it along.
Yeah, move the story along, please, Hat.
Negative emotion. In Lister's case, it took him to the very limit of his terror.
So are you now.
Sucked out
Yeah.
his fear.
So now Lister's got...
Craig trying to give it to Bruce Willis.
No
Yeah.
fear.
It's got no
Bit
fear.
of unshaven. That's it.
Well, I say let's get out
Oh,
there and
look.
swat it.
Yay.
Get out there and swat it.
That's great.
Leave this to us.
I could have had it in the sleeping quarters, but you saw it. You saw it. It took me by surprise.
Lister, it turned into an 8-foot-tall, armor-plated alien killing machine.
For once a Barney, we'll give it one. One swift knee and a happy sax. It'll drop like anyone else.
I love that happy sax.
Happy sex is great.
Out its windpipe and beat it to death with a tonsil end.
Yes, very good.
I'm gonna stick my fist so far down its gut I'll be able to pull a label off its underpants.
yes, quite...
More ham than a butcher's window.
What's that, pal? You starting trouble?
Just a little something to calm you down, sir.
Come on, then, all of you slags. One at a time. I don't care. It's all the same to me. I'm...
Beautiful.
Beautifully done, sir.
Beautiful.
Comedy falls.
That was a
Had to be
very
done
good
quickly.
Comedy fall.
Lovely camera shot right up your pant leg.
Yeah, big packet.
2 sounds pretty good to me, sir.
It's always been my lucky number.
Hey.
Right, well, let's load up Starbuck and get out of here.
What about Lister?
Oh, just seal the house.
Forget him.
Remember, it's out there, and it could be anything.
Let's move it.
Oh, what about the Space Corps director?
Oh,
The first.
is that the first
I
one?
think it is. Yeah, I think it is the very first Space Corps directive.
Information and wherever possible, bring them home.
Whom?
What about the Rimmer directive, which states never tangle with anything that's got more teeth than the entire Osmond family?
Lovely little nod at the end there, Chris. Very nice. Very nice. Ah, the old lift. The old studio lift, doubling up as a special space lift.
Indeed.
Oh, you look lovely in the blue light, Bobby. Look at you there. Daniel looks like he's in imagination.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
Or
Imagination.
5 stars.
When you see it, aim roughly in its direction, and the heat seekers will do the rest.
That guy from Imagination's being reborn in the USA or something.
Yeah.
He is, isn't he? Yeah.
staying in by the skin of
Where
his
did we
teeth.
shoot this then? Was this shot in the studio?
Albert Dock?
Or Albert Dock?
Liverpool.
Albert Dock?
Yeah.
In a
Albert Dock
warehouse.
in Liverpool,
I think
thing.
it was in a
Oh,
warehouse.
yeah, I never went anywhere.
In Liverpool, this was.
Apart from to watch you sadistically.
I think Peter Ridsdale Scott arrived on the set.
Did he?
Yeah.
And,
In Liverpool.
Danny was wearing one of his lovely
Titan
black and
numbers.
white number, yeah.
Yeah, with a Tesco bag or something.
I think we got it. Oh, Jenny!
Yeah, she said, what have you got on this week? Yes. You remember that?
I think it was the whole look he quite
He
enjoyed.
used to come and inspect my costumes.
Run around now.
Chris, you know, the comedy run.
The comedy,
yeah.
There we go.
Perfect.
Oh, look at that
Beautifully
plunge.
done.
Oh, come on, give me a break.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah.
You got it or you ain't. Boys, you ain't even close.
Cat, where are you?
Over here.
Stay put, we'll come and find you. Keep talking.
That was a good line. I thought it was
Yeah,
beautifully
keep
done, wasn't
talking.
it? Keep talking. You
'Cause
see, when
Danny
you've got a
really
line like
needs to
that,
be
you've got
told
to
that.
say it in a funny way.
Francis Barber.
Francis Barber,
Look at it.
star of many movies.
Yeah, total thesp.
Yeah.
And a lovely woman.
She's lovely, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's very nice.
It must take a really brave sort of guy to do this kind of work.
No, I guess you're right.
And smart. I bet you have to be smart.
Smart? Yeah, you definitely have to be smart. Like I say, it can turn into anything. You gotta have your wits about you all the time. Don't let up for 1 second, or it'll just creep up on you and flip. Your dog meat. Come on, baby.
Subtle, boys. Check it out.
It's so settled down.
Handsome.
Oh, you think handsome?
Oh, come on. You know, you're probably the best looking guy I've ever seen.
Well, I wasn't gonna be the first to say it.
You know what I'd really like?
Mm-hmm.
I'd really like to make love to a guy like you.
Look at that, Tan. I mean,
Ooh, I see.
Let's see, what are you doing in, say, 10 seconds time?
Nothing I couldn't cancel.
Hi, I'm the cat.
Hi. I'm the genetic mutant.
Glad to know you.
Jenny who?
She didn't show
Good
you her best
resignation
side,
there.
did
no,
she,
not our
Daniel?
best side, no.
Never do that on a first date, I'd say.
Is he dead?
That's the nasty rimmer.
But according to these
Can we
signs,
tell,
he
yeah?
appears to have lost an emotion.
Which emotion?
He's lost his vanity.
This is your fault, Crichton.
My
We
fault?
were supposed to stick together. You let the cat run off alone.
But it wasn't. I mean,
He trusted you. Now look at him.
oh, please, I feel so.
What model?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, who was that?
What a special effect that was.
Oh, I remember that kept falling over.
Not
that
looking at my
thing.
best.
Oh, it did, didn't it?
Oh, it-
What did the
The monster.
Yeah. I remember it,
The model.
it held
Yeah.
together the whole time until they were just about to film it and it
Yeah,
just
then
collapsed.
bits dropped off it.
Yeah.
Like an overcooked chicken.
Yeah.
The special effects are quite charming in the fact that they're so bad, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
By transgressing the mores, mores, and manners of civilized society.
Stop your blithering, Crichton. Come on, grab the cat and let's go.
Oh,
So we didn't have anyone inside the model.
No.
No.
No, it was all worked by loads and
So,
loads of
yeah, lots of
levers.
wires.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where have you been? Let's go.
Quick change from the
Hey.
costume department
Yeah.
there.
This is...
Come on, Crichton, you're holding us all up.
ah, who cares?
You're gonna get us all killed.
So?
So funny.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, the rimmer's mum.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Oh, look. It's Bonehead's mum.
Hello, dear.
What are you doing?
Oh, what does it look like, darling?
You've just made love to my mother.
Yeah, do you want to make something of it?
Polymorph.
You've just had my mum.
5 times. He was like a wild stallion.
Very prim, very proper, almost austere.
Does make you angry?
Darling,
I think there's something of The Exorcist in this scene.
Yeah.
a set of pistons in an ocean liner.
So did they come up with it? Yeah, she was.
Don't get angry, that's what
She was in a few episodes, wasn't she?
I think, Craig, didn't you write that bit?
So energetic. I honestly thought my false teeth were going to fall out.
Oh, dearie me.
Terrific. That sounds enchanting. Well done.
The things this boy can do with Alpha Betty spaghetti.
Call it, Arnie.
Alpha Betty spaghetti!
How did that get you?
No, I remember that was on the end of a piece of stick.
Yes, it was, wasn't it?
I remember
And it
that.
kept missing. They kept
It kept
jabbing it in
missing.
your eye,
It
didn't
kept
you? In
missing
your
your
mouth.
head.
Broken noses, everything.
And it was covered in KY jelly. which didn't
simplest
make
thing.
it- yeah. Oh, there's Dan. Should have played the whole series like that, Dan. It was good.
Yeah.
Down to the cargo bays, sleeping off a 4-course meal of fear, vanity, guilt and anger. You better get it before it comes back for seconds.
It's the lad.
I love
Just
this.
because it's an armor-plated alien killing machine that...
This was kind of improvised, wasn't it? Do you remember this?
Yeah, I love it. 'Cause
Yeah.
we weren't happy with the right for it originally, remember?
Put together a solution package, perhaps over tea and biscuits.
Because you were going to be a
just left
hippie,
you
weren't
to
you?
it.
Yeah.
You were going to be a hippie and he wanted to be more of a...
No, it was great. The
More of a
beatnik was good.
facilitator. I can never hear that word by somebody in customer services or
Yeah.
anyone saying it, customer relations saying it. Well, I think we should be a bit of a facilitator. I always just laugh every time I hear that word.
Get the nuclear warheads and then strap one to my head. Get to oblivion.
Right, well, that's very nice, David. Let's put that on the back burner.
David. The beard is fantastic, though.
Oh,
That was great.
it's great. This.
I'm nobody.
That's lovely. Thank you very much. Moving on a step, and I hope no one thinks that I'm setting myself up as a self-elected chairperson. Just see me as a facilitator. Crichton, what's your view? Don't be shy.
Well, I think we should send Blister in as a decoy. And while it's busy eating him alive, we can creep up on it unawares and blast it into the stratosphere.
Good plan. That's the best plan yet. Get knackered eating me to death, then you guys can just like catch it unawares.
Well, that's certainly an option, David, yes. But here's my proposal. Let's get tough. The time for talking is over. Call it extreme if you like, but I propose we hit it hard and hit it fast with a major, and I mean major leaflet campaign.
A leaflet campaign. I love this speech.
It's reeling from that.
It's the pipe that gets me.
Some street theatre.
Okay, now, if that's not enough, I'm sorry, it's time for the T-shirts. Mutants out. Chameleonic life forms? No, thanks. And if that's not enough, well, I don't know what will be.
Has anyone ever told you that you are a disgusting...
Pus-filled boobo.
witch trying to sell possession of an Alsatian dog after a head swap operation?
I couldn't remember that speech for some reason.
Yeah, loves that speech.
That brought water to my eyes, that, you know.
Name on it, and I'm doing up the zip. Anyone who gets in my way gets a napalm enemy.
Everybody's right. So good.
It's brilliant, though. I love that. I love that.
I think we're all beginning to lose sight of the real issue here, which is what are we going to call ourselves? It comes down
Oh, this is the one. This is
I
the
love
guy.
this. This is brilliant.
This is the fan mail I got from a mother saying that she'd never watch Red Dwarf again.
Oh, that's right.
Saying that she'd
You call
never.
that fan mail?
Yeah, well, she got
Someone
this.
who says I'm never going to watch
Yeah,
the show
she
again?
said she's always watched it, but she's never going to watch it anymore because of this guy.
Look.
She had to explain to her 8-year-old daughter.
It needs killing.
We just missed that guy.
Yes.
We sit in a minute on the T-shirt, don't we?
Yes, why not? I mean, even if it doesn't work, it'll still be a laugh.
Right, let's just cut all of this business and get on with it. Last one alive's a wet ponce. Who's with me?
Well, the car stickers aren't ready till Thursday, but sometimes one just has to act spontaneously. People, let's go.
Hey, I'm coming too. Maybe I can borrow some money from him.
Maybe if I hand you guys over, it'll let me go. Move it, suckers!
He's a nasty piece of work, that Llewellyn,
that's
you know.
the true Crichton's coming out there.
Yeah. That's what you were like off camera
It
the
was,
whole
wasn't it?
time.
What did you have removed? You had Crichton had
Guilt removed.
Guilt.
Yeah.
Guilt. Mm.
What did you have removed then, Chris? You had
I had fear.
You had
Chris
fear.
had anger.
Anger.
Oh.
Very good. Yeah, that's why you were facilitating. You didn't
Anger
need to
and
use anger
bitterness
to solve problems.
Indeed.
And what was yours?
Danny was vanity.
My
Yeah.
Vanity. Here's the.
Here's the-
Woo! That
Still
looks
brings
like that's
tears to the
well
old
padded
eyes.
there, though, doesn't it? Looks a lot of padding.
Right, wearing a cricket box.
Safety padding.
Show us your slobbery chops and we'll blow
A few years later, Cameo came out with that look, didn't it?
Here they are. Nice juicy humans. Come and get them.
Yeah.
Muty mutant.
Lovely plastic crates there.
Yeah.
Egg crates, whatever else.
It should have been a car chase with all those cardboard boxes. Ooh, that's the ones you left earlier.
Very nice tight end and that way to get rid of him.
Very good.
Cleverly put together. I know.
How can you ever forgive me, sirs? Well, naturally, I will commit suicide immediately.
You can say that again. Come on, let's go and clean up. If I don't get into some coordinated evening wear, I'm gonna have to resign my post as most handsome guy in the ship.
Well, contents too.
Ah, that's right.
Stinging a tail.
Nah.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
Very good.
I did enjoy that one. I remember
Yeah.
having fun
Yeah.
making that one. That was really good
That
fun.
was fun, yeah.
Very good bottle.
Now, who was it we were going to look for at
Francis
the end?
Barber, Youngham as Simon
So
Gaffney.
Simon
that's right.
Gaffney, you bumped into
Yeah,
him.
Callie Greenwood.
No, I don't think they do the voiceover.
No, I don't think he didn't get a credit, did he?
She's no relation to Norman, is she?
Who?
Sonia Lovett.
No.
I don't think so.
Donna still works.
Christina
at BBC
Hamilton, of course.
Northwest.
This is what she worked on this before she married
Neil.
Neil. Yes.
John Pomfrey, remember him?
Yeah.
Gilly Arch.
Gilly Arch, we remember.
And Donna's sister works at BBC Manchester now as well.
Is she really?
Another Di Stefano, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Really?
Really?
Still there.
Isn't that interesting? This is Red Dwarf Series 3. This episode is Body Swap.
Body Swap. It was a classic. It was a
These
classic.
two goiks doing their bit again.
Oh.
This is where me and
Don't you make
Chris
a guest
get to
appearance
change
at this one, Danny?
personalities, isn't it?
This is where we're presented with almost the ultimate actor's challenge.
Yeah, which you rise up to marvellously.
I had to beg for a couple
And
of
I
lines
just
in
pull my
this one.
shoulders back and stick my chin out.
I'd say, that's Ribbit.
That's right.
Can you do your best Scouse accent in this one, Chris?
Oh, you did a wonderful
He does a
job.
wonderful
The two of
accent.
you did
a
wonderful accents.
wonderful.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I was very good at the lip syncing, I remember.
You were brilliant.
Which is a particular skill in itself.
Yes.
It's not easy.
A scutter.
Oh, a scutter.
hooray.
Go on.
Yeah.
Drive into the wall, then go on.
As soon as a taxi drives
Go
within
the opposite
400
way
metres
to
of
the director.
Yeah.
Ah, look at that. Brilliant button tapping work. Nobody could do it that well.
98, Red Corridor 357.
Rerouted.
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 He's making words up as he goes along, the lad.
Your strange Canadian South
Yes.
African accent.
Very trim, Bobby.
Now, when
I
you
was
read
trimming
that,
those
How big's the spaceship got? Where are we on this?
So we're in Red
no,
Dwarf.
you've remembered that.
He's gone bananas. He's completely rewired the maintenance decks back to front and upside down. We've got over 2,000 wiring faults. Don't breathe, don't touch anything.
Oh, is this the
It's a gigantic booby trap.
dispensing machine one?
Yeah. Mike Agnew, our floor manager, was the dispensing machine.
Mike.
What, the
He used, to,
voice?
he used to sleep in the back of the bus. I always
he's a
remember that when
voice,
we went back to
isn't
London,
he?
didn't he?
He's a big director
Mike
now.
Agnew used to get the
Is he?
back seat of the bus. Do you remember when we
Yes.
went? He always had to crash out, poor man. He was very tired. Horribly relaxed he was by then.
Oh, I wasn't listening, obviously.
Who's actually playing poker tonight? That's gone for a bit.
Auto-destruct sequence initiated.
That's Mike.
That's Mike.
Yeah.
He was an actor.
He
Was he originally an actor?
Oh, yeah.
So then he became a floor manager, and now he's a director.
Yeah, he's doing very well.
Well done, him.
Oh, you creeps. You're just trying to get in a film
Well, he
he's
might,
doing,
yeah, he might give us a job, you never know.
You never know. I don't know if I want to be on the shopping channel.
Yeah, we didn't actually say what he was directing, so that's true.
I said
Oh, look at that earring.
Didn't I say touch nothing? Look, I just ordered the shake and a crispy bar. Lucky you didn't order a double cheeseburger.
What is that line all about? That used to always make me laugh.
Why did you say that, Danny?
Because it was in my contract.
Dead. I suppose in many ways I should have updated the system, really.
Is there any way that we can trick the machines thinking that one of us is the captain?
No. Checks his voice print and brain scan against its databank.
Self-destruct in 8 minutes, 10 seconds, and counting.
Think of something, please. You're supposed to have an IQ of 6,000. Think of
That way I peeled off the screen there.
Beautifully. That was so well done.
That was the urgent walk round.
Yeah.
Right. But the way Danny, it was the dancing peel.
Yeah.
Peeled off, love.
Yes. He's used to being in the chorus.
So good, I didn't.
Well, you can always tell a lead
Didn't
boy
even have to
dancer, can't
ask.
you? You can always see it.
He's used to being in the
blood.
chorus. Peels away.
It's called being generous to your
Look,
fellow
I'm saying a
artists.
very important
sorry,
part
Hat,
of the
sorry.
plot
The
here.
First generation peel.
Handing over the baton.
mind swap.
A mind swap.
He was
See,
peeling
mind
before
swap.
John.
I told you to do a mind swap then, I
Yeah,
think.
we didn't even know.
No, see?
This is where Craig does that thing with his eyeballs, isn't it?
I do that every chance I can get.
What,
Yeah.
go
And that's
outside?
one of my only skills.
Then we transfer the captain's mind from his hologram personality disk into your empty brain.
Yeah, look.
Try this in an over 5.
Oh, yes.
Is that a scutter on your head, sir?
Wait for it, wait for it.
2 minutes to self-destruct.
What?
So the captain's mind will be in my body.
You had a week's rehearsal for this, look.
Hopefully, the self-destruct mechanism will think you're the captain and you can activate the override.
Oh, override. He started slowly to turn into Herman Munster.
Yeah.
And this is the beginnings of the Herman.
beginnings of the
This is
Herm.
the seed of Herman.
Executive officer.
Yeah, Brown's got clearance.
Good taping the coffee gag in.
Look at the size of the syringe.
Yeah.
Oh, you see.
It's a mental emetic.
Brown's got clearance. That's not a very funny line, that one.
A mind enema.
A mind enema.
Flushing out my brain.
We'll transfer it back afterwards.
Not sticking nothing in my
Sort of quite slow delivery.
No,
that
sir,
guy's
we're
got,
not
isn't
sticking it in your head.
But we've got to. It's our only chance.
Slag off.
I'm not asking you to do this just for me.
Coffee
I'm
cup
asking-
strategically
I'm pleading
placed
with you.
there.
I'm begging you. Do it for the sake of my suits. You understand my scarlet PVC?
I couldn't take my eyes off the fish.
Yeah.
I know, it's hypnotising you, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
You started doing chicken impressions after that.
1 minute, 30 seconds, and counting.
Look, Lister, I agree. It's a
It's a
stupid
good
idea.
performance by Mike Agnew.
It was very good. No, he did very well.
Very calm. Very Hal.
Very hammy.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
You'll have to spend the rest of your life as a mindless, gibbering vegetable. But if the rest of your life's only going to be 30 seconds, what the hell?
Do it.
So brilliant bit of eye work here, Craig, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, that-
In goes there. That's the mind emetic going in.
Squeamish audience. Ah, that's quite
That's
impressive.
very good.
It's called Weird Hattie.
Just as we saw the needle wasn't actually in the head.
Yeah.
It's Lister's mind.
Coffee cup strategic.
Coffee cup.
Ha ha ha.
55 seconds to detonation.
What's happening? What the hell is going on?
Explained, but by a bizarre series of accidents.
I always thought you should have had the cup of coffee in your hand in that scene, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, but it would have been more, less plotty, less set up, wouldn't it?
Look, you stupid woman, we'll explain it.
Craig didn't want to share the gag.
why have I got...
Now, who's this voiceover then of this woman who Craig is now?
Who's the voiceover?
Don't know.
Everyone else's organs, sexual or otherwise.
15 seconds to detonation.
Answers on postcard, please.
We're going to get a few sacks of postcards, that's for certain. You got earrings on?
I've never worn an earring. I had my ear pierced when I was 16, but I didn't like it, so I took it out. And I've still
What,
got
your ear? How can you take your piercing out?
I took the earring
Got
out.
the heel
The
up
whole
on it.
out?
She's very little, young
Had
Hattie,
it
isn't
filled
she?
in.
What a brilliant, brilliant plan.
2.
I had mine done, they never worked.
Initiate self-destruct.
It's gone a bit quiet.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Shaking the crisp.
Hey, see what they did there, eh?
Yeah,
See what
they
they
took us to
did
the edge, didn't they? The comedy police are on form this week.
They took us to the edge, they did. Trepidation.
Wired up to the warning system, but not the
bomb.
So where's the bomb?
Oh, I forgot.
I got rid of it ages ago.
Why didn't you say?
You never asked.
Fine. Terrific. But remember this. You're getting my underwear bill, buddy.
A little teaser at the end of the scene.
Yeah,
there,
nice
Chris.
one, Dan.
Not
Yeah.
too heavy.
Nothing wrong with a little brown trouser time gag, though.
Yeah, I can't sleep.
Probably those kippers you had for supper.
Nothing wrong with
Sucking me in now, isn't he? Sucking me in.
Yeah.
He's sucking me in. Warming me up.
Can't be good for you. I mean, a curry every night. That
Is this
cannot
the
be
bit
good
with,
for you.
is this the bit with the frog? I love this.
I'm thinking of getting a canary in a cage. Check out the room. See if it's safe for me to come in. Not that bad. You don't sweat. You sweat Madras sauce.
Why all the sudden interest in my diet?
It's not just your diet, Lister. It's your health in general. Face facts, you eat crap, you don't
What about this
exercise,
bunk
you
bed?
smoke, you drink.
You like this
and
bunk bed?
frankly, it's beginning
Different,
to
wasn't it, to the others?
I like that bunk bed.
Or do you like the submarine one better?
I think I like the submarine one better, actually.
What, then first series 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But then that's me now.
Yeah.
At the time, I probably preferred that one.
Yeah.
I think you were impressed with the new set at the time.
I remember you being very impressed with the set.
Very impressed with the
No,
set.
I was just saying it so I wouldn't get the sack.
I quite like the jail set.
Yeah, the jail set was good.
Jail set was good.
In Series 8, wasn't it?
Blimey, you're leaping way ahead.
Yeah, well, we're
mate.
going way ahead there. We shouldn't
Way
go that far
ahead.
ahead.
Then you reach that age, 24, 25. Your muscles give up, they wave a little white flag, and without any warning at all, you're suddenly a fat bastard.
I still look like a heavy metal god.
The other way, its belly sort of sticks out.
I love this. You can see the frog.
Well, that's the picture I see when you get down from the bunk in the morning.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, I'm gonna start working out in the gym.
Of course, you could always...
There he is. See, he's
Yeah,
been
you
getting
see,
me.
yeah, wind him
Winding
in.
him in.
Reeling me in now. Got the hook in me
My mind
cheek.
in your body, yours in mine. You saw how easy it was with Brown. Lend me your body for a few weeks and I'll get it fit for you. Plenty of exercise, sensible diet, no more booze, no more ciggies. It'll be like a 12,000-mile service for your body.
Well, and in the meantime, I'm a hologram.
It won't be too bad if it's only for a couple of weeks.
You're talking as if it was a pair of hedge trimmers or a lawnmower or something.
I'd give it you back. I'd return it intact, more than intact. It'd be fitter.
Primer, you are not having possession of my body.
What are you worried about? How can I treat it any worse than you do? You admit you don't look after it, don't
I think
exercise
Series
it.
3 is the one I've seen least of since...
Yeah. No, a lot of this, I mean, this is flooding back now. You know, I couldn't remember it before we saw it, and then it all floods back in.
There's some of them I've not seen in years and years and years.
Ah.
No Welsh.
Emerald.
Why didn't someone say, Craig, don't tie that handkerchief around your leg? It looks naff. Why didn't someone have a word with me and say fashion faux pas?
Yeah.
But it was Lister, not you see. Lister would have a fashion faux pas.
Aye. But it just looks like he's trying too
And
hard
the rubber
there, doesn't it?
gloves as well, really.
Oh, this is Rimmer now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is... Ah,
I love this look, actually.
yeah. Oh.
What was I trying to say? He's got a big one, or he hasn't got one?
It's big, Craig.
Smoking stupid. I look like Captain Emerald. Do something about it, man.
Okay, Dave.
Brutal.
Brutal.
What's this under his nails? Oh my god. I'm gonna have this dirt carbon dated. Luncheon, sir.
Oh,
yeah.
Shocking.
Now, this must have been the last one filmed then. Wasn't it?
I don't
I think
know.
it was, yeah, I think it was.
Must have been, because they wouldn't have cut your hair off halfway through.
No.
It's not your hair, though, is it? It's Oh, but it's a rag, isn't it?
It's exactly as you ordered, sir. The lightly poached Mimian bladderfish.
Oh, fish. You have everything to do with fish, don't you, Robert?
Sauce.
Mimian bladderfish.
I can smell a roast suckling pig stuffed with chestnuts and truffles.
Chestnut sounds lovely, actually.
It does, yeah.
That was really lumpy mash, and it all went up my nose, you know.
It was real mash, wasn't it?
horrible.
Was it real? Was it smash or was it real mash?
It was real mash, and
Was
it was
it?
real gravy. I
Was
don't know
it
whether they
from
could have
the
used coloured
canteen?
water or something like that.
Oh,
But
you
it was
might
like
have had
smash,
gravy.
it was.
Oh, that looks nice, that mash. Oh. I wouldn't have minded doing that.
It all went up my nose.
Pour the gravy on your head.
As you do.
Oh, lovely.
That's the Diet Coke. It's
all
weird
your
seeing my
impression?
voice coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
It must be the same for you, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Was it Craig or was it you doing an impression?
That's Craig.
It's me.
Oh, right.
Temporarily insane. It was just too much. I haven't tasted food in 3,000,002 years. All that food. I was like an animal.
I want my body back now.
Oh, it won't happen again. It was just something I had to get out of my system.
My system. Why are you smoking?
One cigar.
You're supposed to be getting me fit.
I'll start tomorrow.
You better bleed and I'd do.
If you listen, I start to talk with a slight accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because the shape of your...
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's true, I noticed that. It's you trying to get the words into that space as well.
Yeah.
So large, they can pick up satellite TV. Why do you want to look like that smeghead Rimmer for?
I actually do look like a cartoon character there, don't I? I'm looking for the strings. It's like a puppet.
Ah, no, this was the scene in the...
This was the first scene,
The first scene
you
I ever
filmed.
shot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that shot in your hotel room?
No. Yes, of course it was, man.
This was so hot. This was a real sauna, wasn't it? And
it was boiling, and you had the first day in the mask.
Yeah.
You found it really difficult.
Hey, I got you now, buddy.
Oh, I remember this one, yeah.
Yeah.
J-O-Z-X-Y-Q-K.
That's not a word.
It's a cat word.
Jazixki.
That's not how you pronounce it.
What's it mean?
It's a sound you make when you get your sexual organs trapped in something. Well, it could be. If you're reading in the nude and you close the book too quick.
What a session. What a workout. No pain, no gain, Listy.
On the scales, I want to weigh you.
There's no need. Look at that stomach. Flat as a pancake. Hasn't been like that in years.
Scales, please.
There's really no need.
On the scales.
He's a twonk, isn't he?
You put on 2 stone?
Of course I'll put on 2 stone. I'll be taking yeast extract. Building up your body.
Take the robe off.
What for?
Take it off.
I don't want you looking at my naked body.
It's not your naked body, it's mine.
What's he hiding?
Off with the robe.
Just let me say this.
Off!
Oh, I can't believe this. I quite enjoyed it, actually.
Oh, this.
Forgot about that.
It's hernia prevention belt.
Yeah, you see, that's
Prevention
the reality of it all, really.
Why has it got those little dangly things holding up stockings?
They're for attaching extra weights to, so you can get fit just as you
It's interesting listening to your voice, Chris, because you have to adjust it to Craig's delivery speed, don't you?
bananas the first few days, but I promise you that's all over now. Don't you see it's in my interest to get you into shape? This could become a regular thing. 14 days a year, I could have your body. In fact, next year, if it's convenient, I'd like to put the last 2 weeks in July. One last chance?
No more troughing.
That was good, that line.
Take that girdle off. Doesn't suit me.
Those last 3 lines are perfect.
Yeah.
It's very strange watching Chris's voice come out of my face.
It gets a bit confusing, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Is it
Yeah.
just me?
I don't know if...
No, I think it's a bit confusing.
When we were, it was really confusing to rehearse, if you
Yeah.
remember. Because in my head, Chris, I always think of you being underneath that blanket
It's
eating.
like a Neanderthal. Who is it?
It's me. It is a Neanderthal.
Walking with cavemen under there.
That is it.
What is it?
You're talking again, haven't you?
A week? This wasn't off the deal. You've Welshed on it.
So did we shoot this in front of the audience then? Because they would have heard you doing...
No.
This is all pre-recorded, was it?
All pre-record.
What, so they
And we
saw
played
the
it into the
finished-
audience.
Yeah, they would have seen the finished thing.
Fell off.
Fell off. Science lab, now.
But it's the middle of the night. Crichton's on downtime.
Now.
The old famous guitar solo.
Yeah, classic.
Oh dear.
How many cigars did you get? My lungs feel like they've been through a cheese grater.
Look, you've got your body back. Leave me alone.
I only have a couple of rollies a day. It feels like you've smoked an entire Cuban tobacco harvest.
I have the odd one.
No respect, that's what. You've shown my body no respect whatsoever. You've treated it like smeg. Look, you've given me breasts. There's a distinct cleavage there.
You've given me breasts, sir. I'm still carrying them today.
What were they trying to say?
Crichton and Cat. Oh well, we.
Don't you remember?
And Holly.
It saved you going out, didn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Huh?
These scales have to be right.
Craig, I think there was a slight sort of subliminal message here for you, wasn't there?
What, from the writers?
What, trying to say I was getting a bit porky?
You're a bit fat.
Yeah. You remember that time when Rob did a caricature of you?
Rob.
And I made a badge out of it and wore it up to the restaurant. Yeah.
Did you do a
You don't
drawing
remember
day?
that? With the closed eyes and everything else. You don't remember?
I don't remember,
I
no.
bet you forget that. I wore it as a badge to the canteen.
That's very kind of you,
What
Dan.
was your impression of him the other day?
Which one?
You did on Saturday.
I do a lot of impressions of Craig.
Oh, look at that. That's
You
impressive.
did a fat one.
I'm pushing that out, though.
I know, you are. You've got a big cushion in your back, haven't you, to get the arch there?
I don't write anything down, you see, Hat.
It's already ample frame, but it was, let's face it, a wreck before I got anywhere near it.
A wreck.
If it was a car, you'd be an insurance write-off. Nothing worse. Your taste buds are totally...
Good old car analogy again.
Yeah, you're saying it.
Battery park Volkswagens. Insurance write-off.
What about all the aches and pains?
Walnut
car
bear.
seats.
Crimps in your neck? Oh, and I'll give you a little tip. Urine should only be green if you're Mr. Spock.
I love that line.
What about next year? We had an agreement. Last 2 weeks in July and the weekend before Christmas.
Classic stuff. Well, superbly written, as you know.
I know.
That's the thing about these shows.
Yeah.
I never get over that.
Get 2 weeks in the Caribbean. Grimsby's better than that.
And you said that to get it back.
I am the Grimsby of body destinations.
Yeah.
It'll go with me to my grave.
Get some sleep. You'll feel different in the morning.
I was Grimsby then.
Ah, look in his eye.
I'm really not sure about this.
Look, you're programmed to obey. Get on with it.
But surely we should ask him first.
I told you, he's agreed. He's perfectly happy about the situation.
Well, then why did you make me chloroform him? And why did he struggle so?
Look, I'm in charge.
Struggle so.
You're like a kindly matron.
I
aren't you?
know.
I loved that line.
Why did he
Why
struggle
did he struggle
so?
so?
Who did the music?
Howard Goodall did
that
this,
Howard?
but he
Did he?
did all this after we'd done time slides, and he robbed the sound of my band, because remember we used my band
That's
on
right.
all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
incidental music and time slides.
Yeah.
And the next minute, Howard Goodall's doing incidental music exactly the same. And incidentally, I've never been paid for incidental music and time slides.
There we go.
I'm coming for you, Howard.
The thing is, this week has been absolute heaven for me, and I couldn't just stand
You
by
have to
and let
interrupt Howard while he's presenting one of his
That's it.
operas
Yeah.
Where's,
around the world.
that's it. Where's my money?
Oi, Howard! Oi!
But don't try and follow me. Otherwise, the body gets it.
Cats!
You do me so well, though, Chris. You do.
It'll only take a couple of hours.
Where was that shot? God, I can't remember that place.
Oh, it's got to be, isn't it that water tower
That's the
place?
water tower.
Yeah.
Up
Most-
by,
a lot of
on the
it's there.
on the
On the M3, is it that one?
No.
Yeah,
No.
the A316.
It's just before the A316, just before you get to the
Before,
flyover, isn't it?
What's that
Oh,
place
is it
that starts
there?
with S?
Yeah, that
Just
water
before the
pump.
turn-off.
Sunning.
Sunningdale or something.
Sunbury.
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 So is that Sunbury pumping station?
It
Did
is,
we
yeah.
film that there?
We filmed The Exterminator. Was that what was it called?
No.
The one with the mask. And,
another one there, the one with
he was
Nicholas
gonna-
Ball. The one
came
with
to-
Nicholas
Nicholas
Ball
Ball,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, we could film that one there.
And oh,
And they
blimey.
filmed the one with
Oh,
Jack,
God.
the guy who used to have his own chat show, the Scottish guy.
Yeah. Jack Dougherty, yeah.
Yeah, Jack Dougherty, when he
Yeah.
played
That's
the guy
right,
that was
yeah.
going to expunge us from...
Yes.
Last Day, wasn't it, that one?
No, what was that? No, it wasn't The Last Day. It was... I think it was the...
Execution.
What was it called?
Oh, no, not Jack Dougherty. It was the other Scottish guy.
Gordon Kennedy.
Gordon Kennedy.
Oh, I remember these. We could take all these donuts.
Oh, yeah, we ate
home
those, didn't we? Yeah.
afterwards, Yeah.
They were lovely.
And,
yeah.
and they were worried about me having a weight problem.
Yeah.
Oh, they were nice, those donuts. We all dived in that trunk as soon as filming finished.
Well, Craig dived in all the way through the film.
Yeah.
Bluffing.
I'm not bluffing.
He means it, man. He's flipped. Must be cream cake poisoning.
Nothing. I'm going in after.
That was a poor one, was it? I always thought that was a poor one. How can you get cream cake poisoning?
Go ahead, punks. Make my day. Smack.
That's when I could really fly.
Oh, look at that. That's a brilliant model shot. Isn't that
lovely.
fantastic?
Great
Where
models,
was
then.
that on location then?
Oh, that was just outside Sunbury.
Yeah.
That was in Shepperton.
And there's the air. We hit the rocks there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
That's Baghdad.
That bag.
You're like a taxi driver. Keep your eye on the road, mate. Another crash for Starbuck.
Look at that. Look at that. Beautifully
It's
done.
amazing. Titanium it's made out of that.
Oh, smeg. Oh, the smeg and smegsy smeg and done.
Isn't that a t-shirt as well? I think it is.
Yeah. Extra large size.
Oh, look at those. A few whiz bangs going off. Oh, we love them.
rags there.
Pony, Bob, pony.
Yeah. Bobby, the explosions, they were pony.
Whoops.
And what was that? Was that a boom shadow in that shot? Look. Above his head.
What is it?
You're going to
You're
go
being followed by a boom shadow.
Yeah, there is. It's
Yeah,
boom shadow.
boom shadow.
Boom shadow.
Boom shadow, boom shadow.
I've lost your watch too. No, you're right. It's my fault. My hands are up. Well, my hand is up.
You think it's funny?
No, but this is.
Comedy fall.
That was a brilliant fall there, Toby.
It's the denouement, isn't it?
Isn't
Lots
it?
of
Yeah.
laughter.
A lot of laughter. You've got to do that. Ka-ch-boom.
I forgot about that.
Pony,
Oh,
Bob.
I do remember this scene, though.
Captain Chlorophyll.
My guilt chip is already in overdrive. I feel terrible.
Getting a little bit camp here, aren't we, Clytie?
Quite an easy bit camp,
Obey
though.
him. It's in my programming to obey.
You're a
all
gay
of them.
icon, Bobby.
Oh, no, that's true.
How insane. Dinner is served, sir.
The tone of Crichton in those first three
Yeah. Yes.
episodes was like
Very, very. Oh, he was very upset.
What's wrong with you? You've seen a ghost.
I was asleep, okay?
Ah, I forgot
Put
that.
a sponge on my face and out go the lights.
Order.
Just one night, I promise. I'll be back first thing tomorrow. Maybe Thursday.
Oh.
Oh.
I think that water station that we were filming, that wasn't in Sunbury, was it?
No, I don't remember that because we didn't film down here then,
It
did
was
we?
near Burnley.
Near
it?
Burnley.
Because, of course, this was a Manchester-based
Yeah, it
series.
was,
Oh,
wasn't
it's
it?
still Manchester.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I think it's
Oh, I
probably,
never went to Burnley.
from
I
my
never
knowledge
saw
of
that.
power stations in the Burnley region, it might be
Yes.
Where was it?
Paddyham.
Paddyham.
Paddy.
Is that right?
You're the lad.
You're making
Paddy.
it
And
up.
And you've got that whole
You're
kind of your own
making it
website. It's all
up.
about power stations of the UK.
Well,
isn't
when
it?
I was
Yeah, as
researching
well
the
as
Rimmer
organs.
character, I did a
Yeah.
whole thing about power stations.
Yeah,
as well as
of
telegraph.
course.
Right, because of course that was it's kind of a thing you do.
Oh, yeah.
And that's brilliant because you go into the character in that depth.
Yes.
I never knew to do that. You see, in those days.
He's got a photographic record of all those power stations.
Exactly.
and telegraph poles and stuff.
So thank you, Paddyham in Burnley.
Bag of shy.
Who's saying this one then?
Well, you say it, Hat. Go on.
I don't know what it is.
It's time slides.
I've got to
up.
sit through some pork droppings.
This is
Craig
time
and Danny
slides.
again,
Is that all I say?
Yeah, this is Time Slides, Red Dwarf Series 3. And it's the episode where my brother plays me as a young man.
That's right.
I really
That is amazing.
I really enjoyed playing that with him.
Yeah, lovely Emil. Very nice.
You have to be paid to see your brother.
He's a nice lad. I remember.
You have to be paid to see
He lives in
you.
Madrid.
Does he?
Yeah.
That's right, isn't it?
So Time Slides. My band actually play the incidental music and parts of this.
Is
as
that
well.
right, Craig? And did they get any money for doing that?
No, we didn't.
You want to have a word with someone.
Oh, I love this. This was
Oh,
great.
that was good.
Oh, this
Superb
is
model.
sweet.
Yeah,
Oh,
All right, Dan.
Oh, hi, Dan.
All right.
All right.
See you later.
What, you started without me?
Start
Yeah.
without you, mate.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Oh,
start
Dan,
this
this
scene
is your
without you, though,
brilliant
mate.
scene, though,
Couldn't
Dan.
start this scene
This
without
is a
you.
brilliant scene.
Sorry, lads, but I had to go to little boy's room.
That's fine. You make yourself comfy, Dan.
oh, this golfing thing's great.
This guy.
The comedy rule of 4 there.
Ah, yeah.
Rather than the
well, that's
comedy
because
rule
they're
of
playing golf, you see.
Yeah.
You shout 4 in golf, from what I know.
They said 3, but I beg to differ.
Time to chill. Lighten up. I can't lighten up. I hate my life. We seem to spend every day devising more and more ingenious ways of wasting time. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of table golf. I'm sick of tiddlywink show jumping. I'm sick of stretching a pair of tights across the room and playing Durex volleyball.
This is a good game, that one.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, we should try that.
Keep the golf in the head, okay?
How about a game of junior angler? Thrills and spills of freshwater fly fishing from the comfort of your own living room.
You know, I made Pringle fashionable again.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was so classy on you.
It was meant to be really naff, wasn't it?
No, you
before?
look brilliant.
I actually brought it back out, and the old Scotch tartan.
Yes.
Beautiful.
French loaves.
Doesn't matter what you wear, Dan. You look cool.
Look at that little hat in the corner there, the top left.
Yeah.
Little peak.
Well, something in that shot had to peak.
Hey.
Hey, so hot.
Isn't it?
I want to make girls. I want to make love.
Well, junior angler's the best you're gonna get out of me, buddy.
That's one of my favourite costumes.
That's a good line, that.
Junior Angus, look at that hat. I know. You should get one like that, though. It's very good.
I still think that's one of the best costumes in the whole show. It's got the Red Dwarf badge on it.
Huge Red Dwarf badge. Well, it's in case people tuned in halfway through, they wouldn't know what the show was.
Yeah.
Danny McDonald. I was Tiger Woods
In case
before
you got-
Tiger.
Exactly. In case you got lost in the canteen, they
in
knew
fact,
which
I've
direction
heard-
back.
They thought it was you know, that black golfers only came in with
Hey!
Tiger.
But they,
That's my band.
Hey.
This is my band.
Yeah, I always thought the music spoilt this episode.
Craig, your
Crichton-
band,
Crichton rocking.
your
No one
band
can
was
rock
just
like
like your
Crichton.
checks, rubber.
The Rubber Band.
Banned from hotels.
Band from everywhere.
So this is Crichton in the dark room.
Yeah,
You
developing
see, Crichton, interesting,
picture.
though he's a very modern entity, he still uses a cassette. It's a rather dated
Oh,
form.
they were modern then, though.
Yeah, I suppose they were. They were the rage, weren't they? Ah.
And they've got moving,
Moving pictures.
photographs
Moving
because
Moving pictures.
the developing fluids mutated. Is that the script?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Cleaning his eyeballs.
See, this is before home movies.
Yeah.
And there's the tension sheet.
Ah, classic. Bit of tension sheet. I forgot about tension
Oh
sheet.
no, that's what's good about this
A
one.
rather late entry, I think, to the episode.
Yeah, you
What
look
for
like
you?
you were
Unusual.
in the.
I wondered why
in the
the wandering
fog.
in was
so late.
flagging a bit.
Yeah, it was
hang
flat,
on, no,
wasn't
I haven't
it?
been on yet.
Of course,
exactly.
of course.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
They have to send in the
Chris,
cavalry.
It was only you asked for that because you were scared of my outfit.
That's true. You
You
didn't want
didn't want to be
the
on
same
screen
shot.
with that outfit.
I thought, no, I
You know,
can't.
you're
do
going to
that.
hide into nothing. There,
Not
boy.
even I, in the tricks
Not
bag,
even the
can
Emerald
produce
Green Man.
something that is going to
cope
get
with
past that. Yeah.
I'm sick of the way you always smile when you're being insulted. I'm sick of the cat. I'm sick of Holly. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of me. And as for Crichton, I'm sick of him. I'm sick of the ship. I'm sick of this life. I'm just sick of it.
Oh,
Oh, isn't that sad?
Not one of your better moods, was it?
I was feeling a bit sick, actually.
Me.
You're unhappy, aren't you?
Joining Space Club. That's where it all went wrong. If I didn't join up, I mean, things could have really worked out for me.
That's a tension sheet, isn't it? I went to school with a guy who invented tension sheets.
Things certainly worked out for him, all right. A millionaire at 26. Fred Holden, he was in our dorm. God, he was thick. Thicky Holden, we used to call him.
Thicky Holden.
Thicky?
He always used to come bottom in geography. He thought a glacier was a bloke who fixed windows.
That dense, can't they? I mean, he invented the tension sheet.
It's just the stuff they used to use as packing paper.
Someone hasn't.
All he did was paint it red and cut
Taken
it into
that
small
patent
squares.
out.
And you know who he married? Sabrina Mulholland-Jones.
Model.
How can that be? The most desirable woman in the Western Hemisphere, and Thicky Holden.
Why didn't she change her name to Jones?
To Holden.
Sabrina Thicky.
Did you go to school with anyone famous?
Charles Keeler. He was pretty famous.
What did he do?
Ate his wife.
Sorry to interrupt, sirs.
So what are you doing on my screen, Crichton?
Something quite strange is happening.
Oh, look at that. Looks like it was a good party, Crichton.
It was a brilliant party, yeah.
I was mesmerised at the technology.
I know.
In 1989 to do that.
Yeah.
1989.
It must have mutated.
A long time ago.
But it seems to work on any negative. There's some others here I've developed as slides.
Go for it.
Lights.
Hey.
Ah, slide.
Strategically placed.
I remember getting that snowball right in the eye, Danny. Didn't half fit.
Yeah.
Didn't half fit.
Oh, no, this is a great one.
It was sorbet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was really hard, and it got right in the eye.
Did we get all the props out the country?
Oh, this is Rimmer being frank, innit?
Excuse me, you're blocking the shot.
You're blocking the shot.
There's a bit of Sean in there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm back on air. I'm in a photograph.
Bit of who? A bit of Sean Connery.
Oh, yeah.
Look, you can touch me. You can touch me.
Squire Hoppet.
Squire Hoppy.
The Roger Moore school of fighting, yeah.
Punch low and mean it.
No, that was good, knowing where the edge of the picture was going to be.
It's weird that you can't go at the edge of the photograph when you were watching stuff going around the edge before. The can.
Yes, that's true.
It's going out.
Well, they can go out the edge of the photograph, obviously.
Now, there's Mark Steele. I wonder if he remembers
that's Mark
who's
Steele,
in
is
it.
it? I don't.
The
Didn't
skier.
know.
Who are they?
It is Mark, yeah.
Political journalist.
Political journalist and comedian, Mark Steele.
Yeah.
And got someone skiing.
Totally miscast, in fact.
Very wrongly cast. I mean, as if he'd go skiing.
Yeah.
I don't remember him. I didn't
Does it? Yeah. Was that it was ice cream? Was it?
It was sorbet.
Sorbet.
It was solid.
Right in the eye. Who threw it?
Danny. Terribly accurate.
That's Adolf Hitler. He was leader of the runners-up in World War II.
The runners up.
So that's a good phrase,
Which
actually.
magazine? Fascist Dictator Monthly. He was Mr. October.
Ignore it. He's a complete and total nutter. Angela's only got one testicle.
What's he doing now? He's scuffling with Adolf Hitler. You can't just stick one on the leader of the Third Reich.
I nicked his briefcase. Banana and crisps. His diary.
Allow me. I'll switch to translation.
Oh, a couple of cheap ones here.
Yeah.
Things to remember. Stop milk, pay papers,
Invade
Poland.
Czechoslovakia doesn't exist anymore, does it?
Staff
What?
Colonel Count von
Czechoslovakia.
Stauffenberg.
Oh.
That rings a bell. Von Stauffenberg.
God, of course,
He's
because
famous
it's,
for something.
it's only 12 years since they...
He is the
Yeah.
officer who tried to
Oh, my
assassinate
days.
Yeah, there still was a Czechoslovakia then. Yeah.
There was. You can't say that no more, boy, over there.
Czech Republic. Also.
Can't say
Republic.
Czechoslovakia at all, man.
Yeah, Big Bang. Raggy does his business there.
Someone throwing a little bit of cardboard at me like
Yeah.
that, blowing us some cigar smoke.
We've got ourselves a smacking time machine.
So we can go anywhere we want, absolutely anywhere.
Providing we have a photograph of it.
So if one of us had, say, a photograph of a female-only naturist beach in Acapulco...
Remember in the rehearsal, you kept saying naturist all the time. You couldn't get naturist
Naturist,
out.
I did, yeah. But on the day.
On the day,
you
sir,
managed to
pulled it out the bag.
You pulled it out that Barry bag of gags.
Scale the mental block.
Had his crampons.
We can't get a picture of Earth and go back there. We wouldn't be able to move outside the frame of the photograph.
Believe me, this
Yes,
beach...
one of the finest acting
wouldn't wanna move
performances
out.
in this series. Is this an episode?
useless then.
See American icons in it again,
Yeah, see,
Marilyn.
Marilyn, yeah.
The famous places we could go.
We could go to Dallas in November 1963.
Ah, we did.
We did.
Stand
We
on
did.
the grassy
Many
knoll
years
and shout,
later.
Duck. I'm sorry, I must have bypassed my good taste chip.
The possibilities are enormous. They're mind-numbing.
We're mind-numbing.
Major disasters.
What do you mean, like persuade Dustin Hoffman not to make Ishtar?
Who remembers Ishtar?
Yeah, I know. Make what?
Make what?
Yeah.
We'll just do something small.
There's no such thing as small when you're talking about changing time.
I'm only talking about changing things so that we don't get marooned in space.
So what's the American Icons reference?
It's that in Series 3, we started to creep a lot more of these American icons in because we were just starting to get big in America, you know?
Right.
Oh, what, you think it was on purpose?
Of course it was, yeah. So that it appealed to them as well.
Ah.
Sorry, a little bit of social history. I think
So
that is for you.
Grimsby, that would have changed to something like Newark or something.
Newark, yeah.
No Joycey.
Another winning costume.
Long Island.
Ah,
There's
now.
my brother Emil.
Brother.
Look at the shoes, man. And the drummer and guitarist are from Napalm Death.
Who did
That
the 1.5
really
second songs, didn't
dead
they?
metal
Brilliant.
band, yeah.
Fantastic.
They
were
do
loud,
1 minute,
weren't they?
1 second songs, like, thank you very much.
Oh, just as well they were 1 second then.
Look at that hat.
Smeg in the head. Oh, that hat, Dan.
Look at that hat. I look like a flipping
Knobhead.
doorstop.
That hat is insane. That's Grace Jones, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a bit
very
crazy,
Grace
actually,
Jones.
isn't it?
The famous song.
This was very catchy, wasn't it, when we were singing it all week?
We were as well.
Yeah.
Nothing like a good old-fashioned love song, eh?
And to think I genuinely thought we were going to be massive. God, I was stupid.
Who are the other two?
The whacked-out crazy hippie drummer's called Dobbin. He joined the police force in the end. Became a grand wizard in the Freemasons. The bassist called Gaza. He was a neo-Marxist nihilistic anarchist. Eventually joined a large insurance company and got his own parking space.
Go on, Emil.
For those of you who are interested, there are some official Smeg in the Head t-shirts and some signed Polaroids of the band currently on sale in the back of Dobbin's car. It's the orange Ford in the car park, the one with the ball tyres and no windscreen. Well, we'll be back in 20 minutes with our second set, so from me, Smeg, and from Dobbin and Gaza, the Heads, I'll see you later.
See you guys later. Get a bit more masculine-like.
Pub. Ah, yes. A meeting place where people attempt to achieve advanced states of mental incompetence by the repeated consumption of fermented vegetable drinks.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at one of my own lines there. But
That's very good
tragic,
stuff.
fermented vegetables.
Never a chore enjoying yourself.
Surreal. Are these your mates, then? Yeah, that's Cat, Crichton, and...
These your mates, dear Dendon.
Rimmer. Brutal tattoo, man. Brutal. What's it stand for? Heavy metal.
Yes, indeed.
What's happened to him? His face, it's grotesque, isn't it? Has he had an accident? Looks like he spent 3 weeks with his head jammed in a lift. It's totally shady.
Totally shady.
Shut up. So how'd you get here and what do you want? I've come to try and change our future. Change it? Aren't you happy being a rock star? The constant demands of them groupies getting you down.
Adam Neal's voice isn't like that anymore, you know.
What's it like now?
Has it dropped a few?
It's dropped a little bit since then.
Ah,
You don't make it because you're crap. Oh, and how would you know, Grandad? You're too old to receive what we're trying to transmit. I mean, you don't.
Receive what
Too
we're
old and too crypto-fascist. Just shut up and listen. I'm trying to make you rich. All you got to do is go down to the patent office and register this as your invention. It's called a tension sheet.
That's immoral. That's Thicky Holden's invention.
Was. This is just that stuff they use as packing paper, painted red with tension sheet printed on it. I know. It's a piece of crypto-fascist bourgeois crap. It'll make you a multi-millionaire. But I'm not into dosh. I hate money. I loathe possessions. It's just so crypto-fascist. Will you stop saying everything's crypto-fascist? Make me sound like I was a complete git. Look, I'm not breaking up the band.
Wicked outfit he's wearing, isn't it?
You can't make him give up his music.
It's giving Danny a run for his money there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got that hat though, Dan.
All
so
them
you-
shiny things.
Yeah, but you see, look.
Look at that hat. I've forgotten.
I
I don't want to break. It's my future. I'll take my own chances, thanks.
If you take your own chances, you'll wind up stuck on a spaceship with him, and him for the rest of eternity. You won't have a future. You think about it. Come on.
You haven't got a copy of the Om song I could take back with me?
They're all in the car.
Oh, what a pity. I just can't get it out of my head. It's so catchy. Om. Keep writing those hits, kid.
It just makes you want to slap him sometimes. Oh, that box looks like it's going to give in any minute.
Yeah, it was a...
Well, it'll take a few seconds for the timelines to sort themselves out, and then we'll see if it's worked.
It's happening. I'm disappearing. What happened?
Well, Lister altered the timelines and lived an entirely different life. Consequently, he didn't join Red Dwarf. Consequently, the cat race never existed, and we never rescued Crichton. So they've disappeared too.
So it's just you and me?
Just the rest of eternity.
No thanks. Find him and bring him back.
That's a classic bit of Red Dwarf plot, that stuff. When you do all their time stuff they did was really clever.
Yeah.
The old comedy police there.
Got him.
And?
Tension sheet, inventor of Dave Lister, age 17.
Damn.
And he died tragically in a plane crash, age 98.
I love this bit.
98?
His own fault, apparently. He was making love to his 14th wife and lost control of the plane.
Have you got any photographs?
Well, not of that, no.
Well delivered, Miss Hayridge.
Nice
Oh, thank you.
Well, there's only one picture reference, but you're not going to like it.
You're not going to like it.
Oh, the show that shows the stairway.
It's Ruby Wax.
This is Ruby, yeah.
Ah, there's Rubes.
Well, the Blaze Porkenberger or something. Falkenberger, I
She
don't know.
looks really young.
Looking at the world's youngest millionaire, Mr. Dave.
Blaze Falkenberger.
Behind me,
Blaze
Mr.
Falkenberger.
That English mansion. He had the whole building transported brick by brick from half a mile down the road just to get away from the neighbors. Now, that's the kind of cash that opens anybody's legs.
Look, there she goes.
Allison had it ground down just to line his drive. This man has a wad so thick you could use it to beat whales to death. He calls his home Xanadu not in reference to the famous movie Citizen Kane, but as a tribute to the hit single by Dave D. Dozy, Bicky, Mick, and Dick. But Dave has musical aspirations of his own.
Yeah, who's going to remember Daisy, Dozy, Beaky, Beak, and Tits? Even we have trouble remembering them.
Me and Rob Grant used to sing that all the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'll never be short of an ashtray in his house. But like many people who appear to have everything, Dave's life has been tinged with tragedy. Well, actually, it hasn't, but we can only hope. Now, on to Dr. Bob Porkman, father of the condom that calls you back.
Breathe, I've seen enough.
What do you want to do?
I'm going in. I'm going in to rescue him.
I love this line. It's my duty.
It's my duty. My duty as a complete and utter bastard.
This is my band, listen.
Now, where was this place? This is nice.
It's good, this music, Craig.
It's my band, very 80s
Nice
though.
late
80s sound,
80s.
yeah.
Very Ian Jury.
Oh,
I love this
sure.
song. Yeah, I love this song.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't
my
know this was
band,
you.
Oh,
No, I don't like
that's
this.
what's his name?
Him?
No, not
Craig
him.
Charles? No.
Robert
I love
Addy.
his face.
Yes.
Utter delight, sir, it is to welcome you home.
My man, you're looking bad, baby.
Yes, it did, sir.
Mean mad. Woo!
Yes.
Now, what is he thinking
I've
there?
still got this statue, you know.
That's great, that statue.
I've got that statue.
It's not that
And
big, is it?
It pees water into my, well, it did in my London house. It peed water into the
little
into the
pond.
goldfish
Remember
pond.
It's not that size, is it?
Yeah, it's huge.
No, it's tiny. But they're just...
Sure, thank God for that.
Although I am assured that it will be fully functional for the royal visit this weekend.
Get out of town. Slay him.
Indeed, sir.
Where was
I'm
that?
only just recovering from the hilarity of the gag myself.
Yeah.
Swiftian in its rapier-like subtlety.
He was good, he was.
It is very
And I was married to Koo Stark,
Yeah. Now, Koo Stark.
covering Newsweek.
I told Daddy today. About us, I mean.
Queue Stark, for those that don't know, nearly married into the royal family, didn't she?
She did.
Nearly did. She nearly married Prince
Andrew.
Andrew. Or did she nearly marry him, or just merely know him?
I think she squeezed him a couple of times. This is the, you know, that speech you do by the door. I love that speech.
Sandwich on white bread with a glass of sterilised milk.
We used to have Steady when we were kids.
Still serve that?
Steady milk.
Sell it.
Sir, it was helicoptered in this morning from Luigi's Fish and a Chip Emporium.
Fish and a Chip Emporium.
I love that.
Comparison, sir.
Oh, slight jump there. But not with you, Chris. You were perfect.
I was really
Appeared in the corner of the room.
A gentleman appears to have appeared. I love that.
Hey, Rimmer. Rimsey, Arnie Rimmer. Arnie, old iron balls. Rimmer.
Apparently, the gentleman's name is Rimmer, sir.
Have we met? We're like brothers. We were shipmates, Red Dwarf. You don't remember, do you?
Remember what?
Of course you don't remember. It hasn't happened, has it?
What hasn't happened?
Sabrina Mulholland-Jones.
Yes.
The Sabrina Mulholland-Jones? Model, best-selling novelist and international jet-setter?
Bed.
She's me bed.
She's me bed.
She's
me bed.
Eldest daughter as me bed.
Gilbert, can you escort Mr. Rumour to the door?
But I've come here to save you.
Throw him out, Gilbert. He's a nuthead.
If you'd care to step this way, sir.
But we were friends. We were buddies.
Let's not have a scene, sir.
You call this happiness?
You call this happiness?
Here we go.
I love this speech.
Living with a love goddess, sex bomb model megastar, you call this contentment? You know, I stand here now and I look at the two of us and I ask one simple question. Who is the rich man? You, with your 58 houses, your private island in the Bahamas, your multi-billion-pound business empire, or me, with what I've got? It's you, isn't it?
I love that.
Very nice.
so
Very
good.
nice. Yeah.
I love that speech, man.
Yeah.
It's so well delivered, Chris, as well.
Well done, Mr.
It's cute, isn't it?
I should have thought a bit harder about that speech, really.
He was very slick, Robert Addy, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't he in Robin Hood? Yeah, that's right, yeah. Who did he play?
Oh, but
Robin
I
of
think so,
Sherwood,
wasn't
yeah.
Yeah.
The baddie. He was the baddie.
He was the baddie, wasn't
Crazy madman.
Sure he didn't recognise you?
he? Guy Gisborne, was he?
That's right. Guy of Gisborne. Yeah.
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
Lister can do it, why can't I? These photographs, there's one somewhere here of me at boarding school, aged 8.
Gutted he's not on a sag one for that, eh?
There's a detention sheet before him. I can get there first.
But then you'll disappear and become incredibly wealthy. And Lister will be sent hurtling back through time.
Yes, and the Cat and Crichton will be brought back into existence. True, as a byproduct, I'll become mega rich and be forced to have constant sex with that Jones woman.
Constant sex.
Constant sex.
Holly, torch.
Oh, top quality.
Torch. Yes, they are very nice, those torches, available from all good hardware shops.
Vicky
Holden, there he is.
Bonehead.
Oh, he's got his teddy with his helmet
Isn't
on.
that sooty?
Wake up.
No.
What is it?
Oh, his little Rimmer.
Why were you wearing the boxing gloves? Was that a sort of
I think it was an innuendo.
Was that an innuendo? Yeah, it wasn't so you could fight people.
No, I think it was to stop you, keep your hands occupied, I always assume.
Tension sheet.
Pension sheet.
Tension.
Oh, he's a
Will you
thug.
shut up and try to talk to the kid?
Shut up, Holden.
Little sheets of paper with lots of air bubbles in them.
Like you're getting packing paper.
Look, do you mind, Holden? This is a private conversation. Go back to sleep. They're exactly the same as the ones you get in packing paper, but you paint them red.
Why red?
Because it helps people relax. Will you shut up? I'm trying to make the kid rich. You'd write better if you took off your boxing gloves. Now, have you got all that?
I think so.
First thing tomorrow, take the idea to the patent office.
I can't. Not first thing in the morning. I've got extra rugby practice because I'm so wet.
Oh, he's very cute. I wonder, yeah, well, he's now
That's who you bumped into.
25 or something.
Him, yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you bumped into
He's
him.
a grown man now.
Is he? Of course he
Where
is.
did you bump into him?
I can't remember where I saw him, but he came up and said, "You don't remember me, do you?" And I said, "No." And he went, he played Rimmer as a young boy.
Oh.
He's not acting anymore.
Oh yes,
Really?
oh yes.
Yeah.
If I were a rich
Man.
Work then, did it?
Molly, though it pains me dearly, I'll be having to say ta-ta. Ta-ta to your stupid, gormless face.
Charming.
Ta-ta poverty. Ta-ta failure. Hello, Sabrina.
Hello, sexual ecstasy.
Constant
Here they come.
sex.
Bang on time. Well, gentlemen, just enough time.
Hey,
for you
H
to
is
say
missing.
Toodly pipsky.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, where's that gone?
It could be
There's
in the
probably
plot
some
somewhere.
logic, yeah.
Indeed.
Must be.
Mm.
Must
Because
be.
you are now...
Don't ask me where. I haven't a clue at this stage.
No.
I know, I think we did talk about all this, I remember.
Any moment.
Because you were now
Any moment.
human or something or other. It hasn't worked. According to my data bank, you didn't invent the tension sheet.
Nah.
It was invented by a gentleman named Vicky Holden.
What?
All you've gone and done is put things back exactly as they were.
Although.
Why does nothing ever go right for me?
Oh, look at the music swelling up there. Oh. In aid of the performance. Well, only in aid.
I was disappointed they put the music on.
You didn't feel it needed it, did you?
No, I mean, the acting spoke for itself. really.
Some people see it as a distraction.
You're alive.
What, the acting or the music?
That's right. Oh, no, yeah, there you go. You're alive. That
I'm
was
trying
it.
to listen to the music.
Oh, this is Get Out the Puncture Repair Kit.
Yeah.
Get out there, yeah.
I'm alive!
And
What's her name? Rachel?
Yeah.
I'd unpack a close-up of me eating a banana sandwich.
I'm alive!
Oh, yeah.
Unpack, Rachel!
You could have masticated a bit more there, mate.
It is right. For a split second,
Yeah.
you are...
This is a big explosion, wasn't it? I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
this
It's a
one.
bit... well, did it go up a bit much?
It was a bit bigger than we thought.
Ah, yeah.
I am alive!
What was he saying? Well, that was Time Slides. Yep. That's one of my favourite episodes, that, actually.
Yeah, it's good, that one.
It's a good little story, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. Robert Addy, Rupert Bates, Richard
Emil
Hemsworth, Emil, my brother,
Gaffney,
Simon Gaffney, Stephen McIntosh,
Ski Man, Mark Steele,
yeah.
American presenter, Ruby Wax.
Ruby Wax. Music by Howard Thieving Goodall. Hasn't paid me my royalties.
I thought you paid him to get the gig.
He'll be hearing from my solicitors. Think about 14, 15 years of royalties, sir.
It's going to build up, isn't it? It's going to
Gonna
build up. It's going to be a tidy sum, I would say.
Might possibly even pay for my pool.
A game of pool?
A game of
Yeah,
pool.
game of pool around the pub, yeah.
Another Paul Jackson
There is,
production.
he did so many.
This is the last day, which was the last of that series we recorded, I remember.
Yes.
Series
Why do you
3.
remember
I want you
that?
to
Not
I can
me.
remember that because we did the party scene at the end, and I remember doing it. I'm thinking this is like a little party at the end because we thought this was going to be the end of the whole series, didn't we? You've done 3 series.
Yeah. That was normally it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
3 series, and
We all thought Bobby had come in and
Well, they'd blown the whole
basically
thing.
we thought we were going to
blown
get
it all.
a little spin-off. Crichton's World.
Yeah.
Where he's,
Crichton's Wacky Wacky
which
World.
is kind of semi-porn. You've got to hump hoovers and things like that.
Oh,
It still makes you wince every
It
time you
does.
see it, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. Rob Grant and Doug Naylor.
The old happy sacks of
Comedy
comedy.
police. The happy sacks of comedy.
Yeah, yeah.
Last day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, push the tray,
No.
Bobby. Yeah.
Look at them gloves. Weren't very good.
they-
Those close-up gloves, were they?
No, pony, Bobby. Pony.
Boxing. Do you like boxing?
There's nothing wrong with boxing. It's one of the great working class escapes is boxing. It's just a sport like any other. Two highly trained athletes at the peak of physical perfection trying to outwit each other in a ring of combat. In fact, at its best, it's not a sport, it's an art form.
Female topless boxing?
It's up to me.
Lay that landmine, Bobby.
Standing in the center of the ring and jiggling up and down. So which one are you rooting for, sir?
I'm just praying that it goes the distance. How many times have I told you? I hate all this master-servant stuff.
Actually, I quite enjoy it, Bobby.
Yes. Behind the scenes, you were very happy with it. I don't remember.
I come here and shine my boots.
Goodbye, waffles. Goodbye, baby.
Oh, this is gross out, this, isn't it?
Goodbye, fresh cream. So long, fresh strawberries. Bon appetit, Ben.
Herman's back there.
Yeah, it is. Very shiny buttocks I have in this one. Yeah, it's really nice.
Danny had been polishing them in the dressing room, I heard.
Yeah, I love
Now, I'd
waxing
have got
that.
them out of the bin, but I wouldn't have put them in his hat.
So how did they sort all that out? Was that in a separate box or something?
No,
It was just all mixed in
all
together.
mixed in together.
And you still had it.
It's a real bin. Oh, damn, I'm hungry now.
As you do.
Yeah.
A homing pod arrived this morning. It was just one item.
Evadroid International.
Yes, that's the corporation which created and supplied me, sir.
It's the leaseholder of Crichton 2X4B 523P.
I can never remember my full name.
Your full name?
No.
Yes. Personally, I don't much like the 2X4B. I think it's a jerky middle name. Still, it could be worse. I once knew an android whose middle name was 2Q4B. Oh, poor sucker.
What is he on about? Oh, Bobby Llewellyn with eyebrows and hair.
Very
Look at the thickness of that hair.
See, you can't get away
Is
with
that your
it.
own hair or a wig?
That was my own hair.
Was it?
It's real.
It's River's hair.
Stupid, crudely designed.
You look like a new romantic there, Bobby.
Amazing.
He needs replacing.
Spandau Ballet.
You look like you're doing the Joeys.
Yes, I
Chip will
know.
automatically activate in 24 hours' time.
So you thought you could get away with it being behind that rubber mask, but you forgot all these little incidents, didn't
Yeah.
you?
Neatly away in his original supply case.
Excuse me.
Not even
Poor
letting in
Crichton.
some bit part actor to do that bit. You
I
had
know.
to do it
I
all,
had to do it.
didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, 2X4B. Oh, spare heads.
Spare
This is
heads.
before the spare heads were
this is
talking,
it.
of course. This
Oh,
was.
where they?
Isn't there something we can do?
I'm afraid not, sir. All mechanoids are supplied with an inbuilt expiry date. Well, if we lasted forever, how would the manufacturers sell their latest models?
I can't believe it.
Oh, so sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's in the acting, though, isn't it?
Yeah. He didn't really give a toss, did he?
No, we were thinking we're getting rid of him at last. Gordon Kennedy. He's coming on.
Yeah, he was funny.
He went on to host a lottery, didn't he? It didn't go well from that lottery thing, did it? No.
He never won it.
Everyone.
No, he didn't win it, but he hosted
It's a definite.
Yeah.
The
I think
lottery.
if you'd
Didn't go
host
well
it,
for
you'd
him.
at least win it, wouldn't you?
Well, Eamon Holmes doing it, right?
Ah. And Lulu's done it.
Lulu's done it, yeah. She was never in Red Dwarf, though, was she, Lulu?
No.
No.
And all mental and physical operations will cease.
Then what?
I don't know. Maybe I'll get a job as a disc jockey.
How can you just lie back and accept it?
Oh, it's not the end for me, sir. It's just the beginning. I have served my human masters, and now I can look forward to my reward in Silicon Heaven.
Silicon what?
Surely you've heard of Silicon Heaven.
Surely you've heard of Silicon Heaven, sir.
Stuck opposite
Oh, I
Bridget
do remember
Nielsen in
this.
a packed lift.
Richard Nielsen, back left. Now, who will remember her?
Yeah.
Red Sonja.
Red
She was
Sonja.
married to Sly Stallone, was she not?
She
certainly
was. I interviewed her once when I was being Wogan for a week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Was she a nice lady?
She got my head and stuffed it between her breasts.
There you go.
I turned to the camera when I've just died and gone to heaven.
There we go.
Oh, we hadn't done Silicon Heaven at that point.
Was she attractive, Craig, in the flesh, so to speak?
Very tall.
Tall.
She was about 6'4" and she had about 5-inch heels on.
So 5'11", really.
Or 6'9".
Have an afterlife. You don't get hair dryers with tiny little wings sitting on clouds playing harps.
It's a lovely picture, though.
Yeah, it
Or
is.
is it not written in the electronic Bible? The iron shall lie down with the lamb.
The iron shall lie down with the lamb.
That's blasphemous, isn't it, eh?
A life to look forward to. Why on earth would machines spend the whole of their lives servicing?
Did you hear that little breath?
Well,
We'll just try to remember the rest of that speech.
Come on, Bobby, keep it together.
Sir, I am going to a far, far better place.
Just out of interest, is Silicon Heaven the same place as human heaven?
Human heaven? Goodness me.
You sound like hinge and bracket there.
Someone just made that up to prevent you from all going nuts.
Oh, it's lovely, that little speech, the whole thing.
For human eyes only. Don't know why I'm looking at it.
Isn't that a Bond film?
Well, it's all very sad. What can we do?
Ah, yeah. All heart.
Mr. Caring, then.
Heaven, so that he doesn't get stroppy when it comes to turn-off time. So he accepts a lifetime of getting the short end of the stick because he thinks there's going to be some big reward at the end.
Well, at least he gets 24 hours notice. That's more than most of us get.
Oh, that's the guy, great.
Get his mind that bus, what bus, splat.
Good guy.
How's he taking it?
Just carries on doing his stupid smacking duties.
Maybe I should talk to him. Maybe he needs a bit of counselling. I used to be in the Samaritans.
I know, for one morning.
Well, I couldn't take any more.
I don't blame you. You spoke to 5 people and they all committed suicide. I wouldn't mind, but one was a wrong number.
What a gag. Yeah,
He phoned up for the cricket scores.
And it goes on.
It's my fault that everyone chose that particular day to throw themselves off buildings. Read the papers, you know. Lemming Sunday.
Lemming Sunday.
I've forgotten that. Wow, I'm trying to remember that.
Shut off disc and turn it off.
Lemming Sunday, they called
He's
it.
not a kit droid, Lister. He's not like that stupid thing Peterson bought on Callisto. We wouldn't know where to begin.
You're right.
Come on. He's happy enough. You said yourself he's taking solace in his beliefs.
But his beliefs are a load of baloney.
Everyone's entitled to their beliefs, Lister. I never agreed with my parents' religion, but I wouldn't dream of knocking it.
What were they?
Seventh-day Advent hoppists. They believed that every Sunday should be spent hopping. They would hop to church, hop through the service, then hop back home again.
A whole religion based on a typo. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, lovely, yeah.
Literally. Adam and Eve, the snake and the apple, took it word for word. Unfortunately, their version had a misprint. It was all based on 1 Corinthians 13, where it says, faith, hop, and charity. And the greatest of these is hop. So that's what they did every 7th day. I tell you, Sunday lunchtimes were a nightmare. Hopping round the table, serving soup. We all had to wear sou'westers and asbestos underwear.
The point is, what are we going to do about Crichton?
What can we do? He's pre-programmed to self-destruct.
At least we can help. At least we can make sure he goes out with a bang. Give him one last big smegging night to remember.
Smegging night?
He doesn't like doing anything. His idea of a good time is for us all to go up to the laundry room and fold some sheets. Fun? Ah, yes, the employment of time in a profitless and non-practical way.
Very good. Bang on the money, that.
It's how to throw a good time.
Oh, I get to wear a tiara in
That's
this
right,
one.
you do, love.
Oh, I have
You had your
few
tiara
bits
on.
of costume and
Yep.
earrings.
It's a lot of stress for you to have all them props, isn't it?
Oh, keep them on the
80s
edge.
electro-incidental
All right.
music.
Goalpost heads,
More tartan.
Hey, what is this? Build it yourself.
Oh,
Marilyn
this is
Monroe.
great.
Yeah.
With just a screwdriver and a tub of glue, you can construct an exact replica of the famous actress in under 2 hours?
It's a load of honk, man.
Honk?
Took me 2 hours
Load of
to do
honk.
this foot. I mean, look at the box. And look at the face that comes with the kit.
Wow, where'd you get it from?
Peterson bought up his planet leave on Callisto.
You think he'll try and seduce her?
I hardly think so. He's a bit like Action Man in that department. Just plastic underpants and a trademark.
I mean, he's got no...
No.
How does he write his name in the snow?
He doesn't. Come on, everything goes at 8. Let's go, let's go.
We're being told to talk, you know.
Yep.
We're sitting here enjoying the
look at-
performance.
I love doing the ironing.
I'm
You love wearing that penny.
And
that's
that penny
for
was
certain.
great.
It's very kinky, that penny there, Crichton.
It's Bob.
Bit
Bob
of
the
easy
Scupper.
work for the scutter.
Thank you, Bob.
Isn't it?
To join Mr. David Lister.
Easy. That took about 15 takes, that.
It did, didn't it?
Isn't it? It
What,
kept
that
walking into the...
starter?
Yeah, kept driving into
Oh,
the
it
wall.
went all over the place.
It wouldn't
Why
let
do
go
they
of the
keep- why do they drop
invitation, I
the
don't think.
scuffers?
I think you had to fight it for that invitation.
Wear this.
God, yeah, the music is it's so 80s, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah. Very.
It's extraordinary now you hear it. Because at the time I
no,
thought,
but
wow,
it was
really
meant to be
groovy music.
naff, though. No, it was naff at the time.
And I
I'm sure.
love this suit. I was so comfy in that suit. That was so
It's got
nice.
that jang. Just the keyboard sound.
Yeah.
Do you still have your metal body
Tell a
on?
key-
I think I had a bit
Before
of
they
body
got
on
the good
underneath, yeah.
horn sounds on the keyboard. Here we are. Forced fun.
Forced fun.
Enforced jolliness.
Forced jollity.
It's like New Year's Eve. Isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to have a
You've
good
got to
time.
have a good time.
Is that alcohol? I don't drink alcohol. It has no effect on my diodes.
Oh, this will, mate.
Mate, something special I whipped up. Android home brew.
Look at that.
Good head.
Smoking. That was even that was ahead of its time at the time.
Yeah.
A bit of scratching and
How'd
that.
you
Yeah.
do that?
That was hard.
There's a nice kick to it, sort of a cross between
Splice the tape like
liquid
that.
nitrogen.
Here, have you been looking in my recipe book?
Would anybody else like some?
Oh no, it's lethal to humans. Well, it's probably lethal to androids, to be honest, but I don't think it matters since tomorrow you're going to be...
Enough of all this chitter-chatter.
That's a very good one.
Admiral's hat on, you know.
Fluffy
Covers Napoleon.
Menu for you.
Oh, there's so much to choose from.
Sir, may I recommend the barium hydrochlorate salade niçoise, followed by the helium-3 isotopes de la maison, and then perhaps a small radioactive fruit salad for pudding.
This is just wonderful.
Give him the presents, give him the presents. Hey, keep your fare on. We also got dug into our bottom drawers because we wanted to get
Look at that.
Give him mine, give him mine.
It's a computer chip. Oh, it's a 5517/W13.
It's reading on the table. It's written on the table. I can't remember. I can't remember my own phone number, let alone a line like that.
What about mine? Give him mine.
This is from me. I picked it up on a trip to Europe. One rival collector once offered me.
This is not what it isn't. It is, isn't it?
Soldier, isn't it? Oh no. Yeah.
Commander of the 3rd and 7th Army's Allied invasion forces, once stopped off at an Italian field hospital and had his sinuses drained.
Some people will collect anything.
This is from him. That's from me.
It's one of your earrings.
That's right.
The one you really hate.
That's right, Gaston.
Oh. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's this? What did I give you? Oh, that's right.
Here she comes.
That goes vizzed. That's just what I've always wanted.
Now, there was a girl inside
There
this,
was, wasn't
I
there?
remember.
And doing some excellent robot walking.
Yeah. Of course, it didn't have to be a girl in it at all.
It's a
It
robot.
wasn't Jill Greenacre, was it? From,
Was it?
No, it wasn't. No.
No.
It's not quite finished yet, but it's the best I could do in the time.
Julie Higginson.
I reckon it was Julie
I think so. Yeah. He played the robot.
It's a good job. We were damn well
No, I
as
don't
well.
think it was.
Damn well.
Has she ever been invited to a convention?
Judy Higgins. She should be. She should do that.
Who would recognise it?
That's true.
See, that could have been a stuntman.
Could have been, couldn't it? But I think it's important that it was a woman that did it.
Yeah, just a
Ooh! Lay it on down fat and funky, Bobby.
I don't believe I'm drunk. I suddenly feel the need to
I should have nicked that tiara.
Yeah, it was lovely. That's probably a real one, wasn't it? It's probably solid diamonds.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I got drunk.
Sick gag coming up.
Paris. Drank a couple of bottles of cheap red plonk and then won a guided tour of the Eiffel Tower. I was okay until I got to the top, but then I couldn't keep it in anymore. Apparently it landed on Montmartre. That's 5 miles away. The story I got told was some pavement artist sold it to a Texan tourist. Told me it was a genuine Jackson Pollock.
If we're talking about famous firsts,
Famous
my
first.
French kiss. Gotta be a killer story. 14 years old.
Back of his hand.
We went on holiday with my Uncle Frank and his 2 daughters.
Is this
16.
This is the incest.
No, I knew that Sarah fancied me.
This isn't the pile of freshly cut grass line, is it?
I think it's Uncle Frank.
No, it's Uncle Frank.
Down
Yeah.
my throat. Wide awake now, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was Uncle Frank. He'd got the wrong room. He thought I was my mum.
That's sick. It's absolutely sick.
I never had a mum.
Hey, it's all right, buddy. It's all part of being drunk. You've been through the happy stage, now you're going through the melancholy stage.
Oh, everybody should have a mum.
I never had a mum either.
Well, you can all have mine.
Frank did, everybody else did.
That guilty
Yeah, mum.
guy, man.
Oh, it's sick.
Abandoned. 6 weeks old. Some cardboard box underneath the pool table. Just abandoned in this pub.
How could anybody do that?
Never found out. Never. Never found out.
Well, I'd have thought it was obvious. 2 people unable to contain their desires had an illicit liaison. A liaison that an unforgiving society would not accept. And you were the fruit of their forbidden passion.
Forbidden passion fruit.
Forbidden
Passion fruit.
What are you saying?
I'm saying, Lister, that there's a very real possibility that your parents were brother and sister.
Hey, I'm bearing my innermost toast here? What kind of remark is that?
How many toes have you got?
I've got 10.
Yeah, on both feet.
All together.
They're not webbed or anything, are they?
We ain't related.
Great fall, Bobby.
Comedy stunt
That
fall.
was a classic fall.
I think I feel a Jackson Pollock coming on.
Let's get out of here.
Oh, dearie me.
Well, they put the old music on this series, haven't they? Yeah.
That must have cost a bomb.
They'd obviously up the budget a little bit. I mean, but we never got any. They gave it to the musician. Isn't it? Isn't it? Little extra lick of paint on the models.
I remember this. I remember this scene very fondly.
It looks like my house on a Saturday night.
Leaseholder addendum. Do not despair. Crichton's replacement is on his way.
Hudson 10 is the new state-of-the-art in android technology. 10 times faster than any droid on the market. 10 times smarter than its nearest rival.
Is that actually right?
Yes, it's correct. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
He's a big fella, isn't he?
Are you sure that isn't Craig in there?
There's never been anything
Gordon
tougher.
Kennedy.
The ultimate machine.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Very subtle head rolling there, but
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
You barely noticed it, did you?
Not really.
Damage control report. Oh, dehydration level 45%.
45.
Still drunk, actually.
Embarrassment factor 91%. Oh. Advise repair schedule. Reboot startup disk, offline for 36 hours and replace head. Boy, what a night.
Boy, what a night.
Is it just me or is that cockroach shuffling too loudly?
Crichton, it's called a hangover, don't panic.
We're on a mining ship. 3 million years into deep space. Can
How?
someone explain to me where the smegger got this traffic cone?
The old traffic cone.
Yeah, old
gag.
traffic gag. All the student gags are the best.
It's the policewoman's helmet and the suspenders. I don't understand.
In a way, I feel somewhat disturbed by this turn of events.
Oh, you're always bringing it down, aren't you, Bobby?
Yeah.
It's so depressing, man.
Do you know what I mean? Get a life.
Get a job.
Yeah, but if you're going to be replaced, you get sad. You know, Gordon was very good. You all liked it. You know, I was very worried.
It could be approximated to
Oh,
enjoyment.
dear. Bring back Ross, that's what I say.
First time in my life, I lived.
Oh,
Right, it's 10 to 7.
One night.
one night. It's not enough, mate, is it?
Yeah, no, it isn't, is it? You know that when you get older.
That's not the problem.
What is the problem?
I thought you understood. It's a service contract.
You forget we're thick, mate. Tell us.
Triggered by the impending arrival of my replacement.
What replacement?
The new model, the latest upgrade. If I don't terminate myself, he's under orders to do it for me.
Well, no prob, Bob. We'll just tell him he's got the wrong address.
No, you don't understand. He won't take no for an answer. It's the only circumstance under which an android is programmed to be violent.
Programmed.
Louis Grossman.
He's the latest model with all the state-of-the-art upgrades.
Hey, we're supporting you, man. There's one of him and 4 of us, right?
But you would not profit by it. Gamble your
All of this life.
mere android? Is this the human value you call
Friendship?
Don't give me the
You would
Star
not
Trek
profit from
reference.
it. I love that line. Give me the Star Trek crap, Crichton.
Hang on. There's a craft approaching.
Profit.
He's here. He's arrived.
He's
He's
here.
requesting landing permission. What shall I tell him?
Tell him we'll meet him on the landing gantry.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, Hudson arrives.
In a big yellow ball.
Are you sure you want to go through with this, sirs? We'll just...
And I got a sawn-off shotgun. Why did I get a
Where
sawn-off
did you get that
shotgun?
from all of a sudden? Yeah.
Sure enough, sure.
Oh, well, he has one, doesn't he?
The weapons cupboard.
Oh, that's right.
From the weapons
Yes.
cupboard.
The antique
Where
weapons
do you think
cupboard.
you got it? From the weapons cupboard.
Leaving a scrap metal.
Yeah, there he is. He's a big fella.
Gunfight at the OK Corral. I love the way he does all that machine gun action, though. It's good.
My name is Hudson. I am the replacement.
thought he was the dispatch rider with your letter.
Yeah, you're supposed to take your helmet off when you come in.
Yeah. Please don't approach the counter with your helmet on.
Oh.
I say.
You should be dismantled and ready to leave.
He's not leaving. You are.
Did I really say that?
Squashy one, say.
Sid, can I fix you a nice cool drink?
All right, Mr. Arnold, sir. Sorry. I'm just covering the rear.
A bravery award for River.
As ever.
If you want him, you're gonna have to come through us. Because your big mouth again.
Is that the way you want it?
It's the way it is.
Then you better leave an address with your body, so I can mail it to your head.
It's all right, Mr. Davidson. He's bluffing. He's programmed not to harm humans.
Now, look here.
Malado.
Malado.
All right, Malado, the party's over. Just about as much of this as I'm going to take. And it's no good standing there with your big macho chest and your silly oiled nipples. It doesn't impress me one bit. Now, I don't know where you've come from, and frankly, I don't much care.
What's he gonna do? Drop his trousers?
30 seconds, Crichton. You're dead. You're away. Or mine.
Look, we all know you're programmed not to harm humans, so you can drop all this.
Oh, we get a bit of Terminator screen stuff in. Yeah. Remember Ex-Human Hologram? Viable target. Felix Sapien's not even viable target. This is great. Clearly human.
Are they trying to tell me something?
Targets.
Ew.
Well, it's been a few years since I did that. You're a very rude man.
Dying time.
Dying. Remember, we tried to shoot this in a space that was like, he was about 2 feet away from us, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. It looks like we're really far away, but they were like little mice steps you took then.
Just doing my job. It's not my fault if I love it.
That's a total nutcase. He's been tracking you for thousands of years. All that time along, it's worn out his sanity chip.
Goodbye. Wipe a tear from your eye.
Look, this is my problem.
As he never knew if there was going to be another series each time, did he?
No.
You get a phone call going, oh, there's going to be another series.
Because we had a party after we did this, I'm sure, and that was the last of the series, wasn't it? In Manchester.
Isn't that the one when Chris did all the impersonations?
Very good, yeah.
Kennedy's finest hour, I think.
Very, very good, yeah.
He's very good in this.
Was she standing on a box then, Robert?
Oh, yes, I think I was.
Ooh.
That. Bomb's gone off in my pants.
Boys, you can't all die at once. See you in Silicon Heaven.
It doesn't exist.
What doesn't exist?
Silicon Heaven. There's no such place.
No such place as Silicon Heaven.
That's right. The whole thing's a big con.
No such place as Silicon Heaven.
No.
Then where do all the calculators go?
They just die.
Calculators just die. No such place. Need to.
That's Blade Runner, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Ah,
It is.
you watch all the things.
A metaphysical dichotomy.
A metaphysical dichotomy, sir.
Oh, how come you can remember your lines when you haven't got the rubber mask on?
He's bloody reading them, isn't he?
Yeah. Doug was holding him up for me.
A credit note will be forwarded to your company immediately.
What happened? He's an android. His brain couldn't handle the concept of there being no silicon.
No silicon heaven.
How come yours can? Well, I knew something he didn't. I knew I was lying. No silicon heaven? Preposterous. Well, where would all the calculators go?
Good question, sir.
Ah, there we go.
You hadn't been taught to lie at this point, though, had you?
And that, my dears, is the end of Series 3.
Absolutely right, Dad. That was Series 3. 6 beautiful little episodes wrapped up in a lot of joy.
Who woke him up?
Welcome aboard, Danny.
I've been here all the time. I was actually wallowing in your performances.
Well, that's true.
Like,
You have to
His
wallow.
dirt box.
trying to keep himself out of the mire. Yeah, man.
Mike Agnew, remember Anna Stanner?
Stannerland, yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah,
Beth Ann
I
Jones,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, who was she?
John Pomp on the lights.
Mel Bibby.
Much missed.
Much
Bless his
missed,
soul.
Mel.
He worked on a Jonathan Ross show as well, when I was a fairy.
Oh, did he? Didn't
She
Gilly,
did,
Gilly
Anna
Archer?
Stanland.
Oh, Gilly, I know who she is now. Just wait that out.
Gilly Archer was
Charles Org?
Charles.
Charles is...